My beloved child, before the foundation of the world, I knew you and set my affection upon you. I have called you by name, and you are mine, for I have engraved you upon the palms of my hands, and no one can snatch you from my embrace. My delight is in you, for you are precious in my sight, created for my glory and chosen to display the beauty of my light in a world that longs for hope. I watch over you with unfailing love, neither slumbering nor turning my face away, for I have set my seal upon your heart, and my banner over you is love. I walk with you through the shadows and the brightness alike, and my presence is a covering that shields you from the arrows that fly by day and the terrors that stalk in darkness. I rejoice over you with singing, for you are the work of my hands, fashioned in my image and destined for my goodness. I do not look at you as the world looks, for I see the depths of your being, the treasure within, and I call forth the beauty that I planted in you from the beginning. My love is steadfast, not shifting with your circumstances, for I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, and I have sworn by my own name that I will not leave you nor forsake you. It is written, "The mountains shall depart, and the hills be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed." I am your refuge and strength, an ever-present help, and I lift you up when you stumble, steadying you with my righteous right hand. I take pleasure in surrounding you with my favor as with a shield, for every step you take is under the watchful care of my eyes. I have prepared a table before you in the presence of those who oppose you, anointing your head with oil so that your cup overflows with my goodness and mercy. It is written, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness." Even when your path winds through valleys unknown, my voice will guide you, whispering the way you should go, and my peace will guard your heart from the weight of anxiety. I have adorned you with garments of salvation, and covered you with the robe of righteousness, for you are not an afterthought in my plan, but a masterpiece I am bringing to completion. I see your tears, and I store them in my bottle, for none of your pain escapes my notice, and I weave even your sorrow into the tapestry of glory I am creating in you. My child, when you feel unseen, remember that I have numbered the very hairs of your head, and that your name is written in my book of life. It is written, "Yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore with loving kindness have I drawn thee. I draw near to you when your heart is heavy, and I carry you as a shepherd carries the lamb close to his heart, for I am gentle and lowly, and in my presence you will find rest for your soul. My plans for you are rooted in goodness and overflow with hope, for I know the path ahead and every twist in the road, and I walk it before you so that you may follow without fear. I crown you with loving kindness and tender mercies, restoring your soul and renewing your strength, so that you may rise on wings like eagles and run without growing weary. I have placed a new song in your mouth, a melody of praise that will silence the voice of despair and lift your spirit into the joy of my presence. It is written, "The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save, he will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love, he will joy over thee with singing. You are never abandoned, for my Spirit dwells within you as the seal of my promise and the guarantee of the inheritance I have prepared for you. When the storm rages, I am the anchor holding you steady. When the night feels long, I am the light that cannot be overcome. You are not forgotten, for I have set you as a signet upon my hand, and the fragrance of your worship rises before me like a pleasing aroma. My goodness will pursue you all the days of your life, and you will dwell in my house forever, for I am faithful to complete what I have begun in you. I have called you beloved, and nothing in all creation can separate you from my love, not death nor life, not things present nor things to come, not powers nor height nor depth. You are mine, and I am yours, and this covenant stands secure, for it is sealed in my own blood and established in eternity. It is written, "The Lord is good to all, and his tender mercies are over all his works." I delight to bless you and to see you flourish like a tree planted by streams of water, whose leaf does not wither and who yields fruit in season. I take joy in lifting your face, shining upon you with grace, and giving you peace that surpasses understanding. Even when the world shifts and shakes, my kingdom within you stands unshaken, for you are built upon the rock that cannot be moved. You are my treasured possession, my inheritance, and I am not ashamed to call you my own. You are beloved, and my love will outlast time itself. I have surrounded you with my faithfulness as with a wall of fire, and my glory rests within you like a light that will never fade. I have placed you in the shelter of my presence, hidden you in the shadow of my hand, and declared over you that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. I delight in lifting the burdens from your shoulders and causing you to walk in the freedom I purchased for you. Your steps are ordered by my wisdom, and I take joy in watching you walk in the path that leads to life. Even in the silence when you cannot hear my voice, I am nearer than your breath, working all things together for your good in ways beyond your understanding. I have inscribed your destiny in my perfect plan, and no force in heaven or earth can cancel what I have ordained for you. My eyes search the earth, not to find fault with you, but to show myself strong on your behalf, to prove that my love is unshakable and my power without limit. I have given you a name that the world cannot erase, and a place in my family that will never be taken from you. It is written, "I will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty." I take delight in teaching you the rhythm of my peace, calming the storms within your heart and filling you with a quiet strength that will carry you through every season. I have made you a light that shines in the midst of darkness, and through you my glory will be seen, for you are the vessel I have chosen to display my goodness. The heavens declare my majesty, but I have chosen you to carry my presence into places where hope has grown dim. My Spirit will speak through you, pouring out wisdom and life to those who hunger for truth. Your prayers rise before me like incense, and I incline my ear to every word you speak in faith. I store your acts of kindness as treasures, and I water every seed you sow so that in due season you will reap an abundant harvest. It is written, "Call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things, which thou knowest not. I take pleasure in revealing my mysteries to you, opening your eyes to see the wonders I have prepared and the beauty I am weaving in your story. I have covered you with my wings, and under them you will find safety, for my faithfulness is your shield and rampart. I do not grow weary of watching over you. My care for you is constant, and my mercies are new every morning. I have given you beauty for ashes, joy for mourning, and the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, so that you may stand as an oak of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that I may be glorified. Your life is a testimony of my mercy, a letter written not with ink but with the Spirit of the living God, read by all who see my hand upon you. I rejoice in the moments you turn your heart toward me, and I am with you in the moments you feel weakest, holding you steady when you cannot stand on your own. I have given you access to the riches of my grace, and you may come boldly to the throne of grace to receive mercy and help in time of need. It is written, I will guide thee with mine eye. My guidance is not distant or harsh. It is gentle, loving, and personal, leading you step by step in the path prepared for you. I take joy in your laughter and hold every sigh with tenderness, for I am acquainted with all your ways. I have called you to walk in the liberty of my spirit, not as one bound by fear, but as one who knows they are deeply loved. I rejoice in watching the gifts I have placed in you unfold, and I will continue to strengthen and establish you so that nothing can uproot you from my presence. You are my chosen one, and I have clothed you with salvation as with a royal robe. I have set you in a place where rivers of living water will flow from within you, refreshing not only your soul but also the hearts of those around you. It is written, I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. I will pour my spirit upon thy seed, and my blessing upon thine offspring. I delight in multiplying my blessings in your life and in the lives of those who come after you, for my covenant love reaches to 1,000 generations. I have appointed you for fruitfulness that will endure, and no labor you do in me will be wasted. I take joy in restoring what was lost, and in making the latter days more glorious than the former. I am your portion and your exceedingly great reward, and nothing compares to the joy of my presence. I have given you the oil of gladness above the weight of sorrow, and I am teaching you to dance upon the heights, even in the midst of trials. My beloved, I have surrounded you with songs of deliverance, and I take pleasure in being your hiding place when trouble draws near. I lift your head when shame tries to bow it down, and I speak over you the truth that you are accepted, chosen, and treasured. You are the apple of my eye, and anyone who touches you touches what is precious to me. It is written, the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. My faithfulness will not falter, and I will preserve you in every step you take. Even when you walk through fire, you will not be burned. Even when you pass through deep waters, you will not be overwhelmed, for I am with you. I have set a hedge around you, and I myself am your shield, your fortress, and your deliverer. I rejoice over the moments you trust me, and I will continue to prove to you that my love is constant and sure. Your name is engraved in the book of remembrance, and every act of faithfulness is known to me. My spirit within you is the same spirit that raised the dead to life, and nothing is impossible for you when you walk in step with me. I will give you words in season, open doors that no one can shut, and close doors that would lead you astray. I have chosen you to be a carrier of hope, to bring light into places of despair, and to be a sign of my unending love. It is written, "As one whom his mother comforteth, so will I comfort you, and ye shall be comforted." My comfort will wrap around you like a warm covering, bringing rest to your soul and healing to your heart. I take joy in watching you grow strong, rooted deeply in my love, and I will cause you to flourish in every good work. I have appointed joy to be your strength and peace to be your portion. My beloved, I will never abandon the work of my hands, and I have begun something beautiful in you that will shine through all eternity. You are my delight, and nothing will ever change that truth. My child, I speak to you with a love that does not keep a record of wrongs. For I have removed your sins from you, as far as the east is from the west. I have blotted out your transgressions for my own sake, and will remember them no more. For the debt that stood against you has been nailed to the cross, and the handwriting of ordinances that accused you has been taken away forever. You are clean because of the word I have spoken to you, and nothing can stain what I have washed in my own blood. The shame that once clung to you has been lifted, and I have clothed you in garments of salvation so white that no power on earth or in hell can soil them. I have spoken over you the verdict of freedom, and there is no condemnation for you because you are in me. For I have justified you with my righteousness and sealed you with my Spirit as a mark of ownership and security. It is written, "Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool." The enemy may whisper lies of your past to you, but I speak the truth that you are redeemed, for I have purchased you with a price that can never lose its value. I have called you to stand boldly before my throne, not in fear, but in confidence that the blood speaks better things over you than any accusation could declare. The chains that once bound you have been broken. The prison doors have been flung open, and I have called you out into the light where you will walk as one who has been made new. Your failures do not define you, for I have written a new name upon you, a name that carries the weight of my victory. I have cast your sins into the depths of the sea, and they shall never rise to accuse you again, for I have silenced the accuser with my triumph. It is written, I, even I, am he that blotteth out thy transgressions for mine own sake, and will not remember thy sins. When I look upon you, I see not the stains of the past, but the beauty of the righteousness I have placed upon you. For you are accepted in the Beloved. I delight in restoring the years the locust has eaten, turning the ashes of your mistakes into a crown of beauty that reflects my mercy. The wounds you once carried are being transformed into testimonies that will point others to the depths of my grace. You are forgiven, and this forgiveness is not fragile or conditional. It is rooted in the finished work I have accomplished once and for all. I have torn the veil that once stood between us, and nothing can separate you from my presence. It is written, Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered. The heaviness that once pressed upon your soul has been lifted, for I have given you the oil of joy in place of mourning, and I have replaced the garment of heaviness with the mantle of praise. You no longer walk as one burdened by debt, for I have paid it in full, and the receipt of my blood stands forever as proof. I am not ashamed to call you mine, for I see you as I intended you to be before the foundations of the world, a vessel of honor, cleansed and prepared for every good work. You are no longer a stranger but a beloved child, brought near by my sacrifice, and I have reconciled you to myself, so that you might walk in the fullness of life I have given you. It is written, as far as the east is from the west, so far hath he removed our transgressions from us. I will not bring up what I have already forgiven, and I will not treat you according to your former ways, for I have made all things new. The light of my mercy shines upon you, and it will not fade, for I have sworn by my own name that my kindness toward you will not depart. I have invited you to drink freely from the river of my grace, where your thirst for righteousness will be satisfied, and your hunger for peace will be filled. I take joy in seeing you walk free from the weight of the past, for I have given you the freedom of the Spirit, and where my Spirit is, there is liberty. Your record has been cleared, your name has been written in my book, and your future has been secured in my hands. I have taken the broken pieces of your life and am shaping them into something more glorious than you can imagine. For my strength is made perfect in your weakness, and my love covers a multitude of sins. It is written, for I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. This forgiveness is not earned by your effort, but received as the gift of my grace, and no one can boast in it but me, for I alone have done it. The law that once condemned you has been fulfilled in me, and you are no longer under its curse but under the covering of my mercy. The doors of my heart are open to you always, and I will never turn away one who comes to me in repentance. The moment you confess, I am faithful and just to forgive and to cleanse you from all unrighteousness, leaving no trace of guilt behind. I delight in showing mercy, for it reveals my heart, and I take no pleasure in the destruction of the wicked, but in their turning and living. I have placed a new spirit within you, one that delights in my ways and walks in my truth, for I am writing my law on your heart so that you may know me intimately. It is written, let the wicked forsake his way, and the unrighteous man his thoughts, and let him return unto the Lord, and he will have mercy upon him, and to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. Abundantly, without limit, without measure, without reserve. That is how I forgive, and that is how I love you. The voice of guilt may try to speak again, but my voice will drown it out with the sound of grace. I have given you the assurance that my mercies are new every morning, and each day you awaken in the safety of my steadfast love. You are forgiven, not only once but continually, for my grace is a constant fountain that washes you clean. I rejoice in seeing you walk in that freedom, and I will never withdraw my pardon, for the blood that purchased it is eternal. You are mine, cleansed, accepted, and loved beyond what words can fully tell. and nothing will ever reverse what I have spoken over you. My beloved, I have covered you with my mercy so completely that nothing remains of your guilt, for I have taken it away and placed it upon myself, bearing the weight so that you might walk in freedom. I have spoken over you the words of release, and those words will never return void, for they carry the authority of my eternal covenant. Your forgiveness is sealed in my own blood, which speaks forever in the courts of heaven that you are justified and accepted. The stain of sin that once marked you has been removed, and in its place is the brightness of my righteousness shining upon you. I have placed a crown of compassion on your head, and I rejoice in the restoration I have brought to your life. You are no longer bound to the shadows of yesterday, for I have opened the way for you to walk in the light of my countenance. It is written, "Be of good cheer, thy sins be forgiven thee." These are my words to you, not as a fleeting moment of comfort, but as an unshakable truth that will remain for all eternity. I have drawn you near, not with the chains of fear but with cords of love, and I delight in the closeness we share because of the reconciliation purchased at the cross. I have thrown open the gates of my presence so that you may enter with confidence, knowing you are welcome in the holiest place without hesitation. No accuser can stand before me to speak against you, for I have silenced every voice with my own declaration of mercy. You are free to lift your head, to look into my eyes without shame, for I see you as one made whole and pure in my sight. I do not hold your past against you, for I have already dealt with it fully. I have crushed the record of it beneath my feet, and it shall not rise again. It is written, "He retaineth not his anger forever, because he delighteth in mercy." My delight is in showing compassion, and I will never grow weary of extending it toward you. I have embraced you as a child who belongs in my household, and I have prepared a place for you where you will dwell secure under my care. The gift of forgiveness I have given is not a temporary covering but a complete cleansing, leaving no trace of what was. I have healed the wounds of your heart and bound up what was broken, bringing peace where there was turmoil. You are no longer called forsaken, but you are called beloved, for I have given you a new identity rooted in my love. The waters of my grace have washed over you, removing the dust of the past and refreshing your soul with new life. It is written, "Come now, and let us reason together, saith the Lord. Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. I have made you as pure as freshly fallen snow, untouched and unspoiled, for I have declared you clean. The grip of shame has been broken, and the voice of condemnation has been silenced by the truth of my word. You are free to rejoice, free to live without fear of judgment, for I have already borne the judgment in your place. My spirit within you bears witness that you are mine, and he continually reminds you of the grace that is your portion. I have written your name in the Lamb's book of life with indelible ink that cannot be erased, and it stands as an eternal record of my salvation. I take joy in seeing you walk unburdened, for I purchased that freedom at a great price, and I long for you to enjoy it fully. I have placed you in a spacious place where you can breathe deeply of my love, without the suffocating weight of guilt pressing upon you. It is written, I will heal their backsliding, I will love them freely, for mine anger is turned away from him. I have turned my face toward you in favor, and I have chosen to see you through the lens of grace. Your failures do not define you. They have been swallowed up in the ocean of my mercy, and in their place stands the testimony of my redemption. I have made a covenant of peace with you, and I will not break it, for my word is unchanging and my love unending. The enemy may seek to remind you of what I have forgiven, but his words carry no authority, for I have already issued the final verdict. You are declared righteous, not because of your works, but because of my finished work that covers you completely. I have clothed you with gladness and surrounded you with songs of deliverance, for I take great joy in seeing you stand free. I have restored to you the joy of salvation and have upheld you with my willing spirit, ensuring that your steps are steady and secure. It is written, Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgiveth all thine iniquities, who healeth all thy diseases. I have not only forgiven you but also healed you from the damage of sin, bringing restoration to every part of your being. I have anointed you with the oil of gladness so that your countenance reflects the light of my presence. I have removed the burden of self-condemnation and have replaced it with the assurance that you are accepted and loved beyond measure. The path ahead of you is clear, for I have gone before you, making the crooked places straight and the rough places smooth. I have set you free from the prison of the past, and I have placed before you doors of opportunity to walk in the purpose I have prepared. It is written, He hath not dealt with us after our sins, nor rewarded us according to our iniquities. My dealings with you are not according to your failures, but according to my compassion and loving kindness. I have chosen to lavish my grace upon you in abundance, far beyond what you can imagine or comprehend. I have called you to walk as a witness of my mercy, to show others that no sin is too great for my forgiveness, and no heart too far for my love to reach. The testimony of your life will be a light to those still trapped in guilt, showing them the way to freedom through me. I rejoice in your gratitude, but even more, I rejoice in your boldness to live as one who knows they are truly forgiven. The fragrance of your worship rises before me as a pleasing aroma, for it comes from a heart set free. My child, you are safe in my forgiveness, secure in my love, and held in the embrace that will never let you go. I have spoken it, and it shall stand forever. You are forgiven, cleansed, and made new. My beloved, I have set my eyes upon you from before the foundation of the world, and I have chosen you for myself with a love that has no end and no beginning, for it springs from my very being. You are not an accident, nor are you overlooked, for I called you forth with intention and placed you in the path I designed so that your life would bear fruit that remains. I have marked you as mine, and my seal rests upon you so that all heaven and earth know you belong to me. I have drawn you with a purpose that cannot be thwarted, for my calling is without repentance, and what I have spoken over you stands firm forever. You are precious to me, and I have placed within you treasures that will shine in the appointed time. For I have prepared good works for you long before your first breath. It is written, Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you, that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain. You are chosen not for the fleeting applause of men, but to carry my glory into every place I send you. I have set you apart as a vessel of honor, shaped by my hand, refined in the furnace of my love, and filled with the power of my Spirit. Your life is a testimony of my sovereignty, for I have woven together every detail so that even what seemed broken becomes a display of my goodness. The world may not understand the value I have placed upon you, but I delight in you, and I have called you by name because you are mine. I have placed you in my hand, and no one can pluck you out, for I am the one who holds your times and seasons. It is written, The Lord hath set apart him that is godly for himself. The Lord will hear when I call unto him. You are set apart, not to be hidden in obscurity, but to shine in the place I have planted you. For I have entrusted you with my truth, and equipped you to stand in the day of testing. My choosing of you is not fragile or uncertain. It is rooted in eternity and sealed with my covenant, a covenant that cannot be broken. I have appointed you to be a light to the nations, to carry hope where there is despair, to speak life where there is death, and to declare my works in the land of the living. My hand has been upon you even when you were unaware, guiding your steps, ordering your path, and shielding you from snares that would have stolen your destiny. It is written, For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. I have called you holy because I have made you holy by my presence dwelling within you. My Spirit has placed in you the wisdom you need for every task I give you, and I have surrounded you with favor as a shield, so that even in places where doors seem shut, they will open before you at my command. You are my workmanship, and I take delight in the beauty I am bringing forth from your life. There is nothing about you I have not known, yet I have chosen you fully, and I will never revoke my choice. The foundation I have laid in you will stand, for I myself am that foundation, and those who build upon it will not be moved. It is written, I have chosen thee in the furnace of affliction. Even the seasons of trial have been used to refine you, to strip away what is temporary and reveal what is eternal. I have prepared you to stand as a testimony of endurance, to show that my grace is sufficient and my strength is perfected in weakness. You are not alone in what I have called you to do, for I go before you to prepare the way, and I walk beside you to uphold you with my righteous right hand. Every promise I have spoken over you is alive and active, waiting for its appointed time to be fulfilled. I have not chosen you for failure, but for victory through my name, and I will give you everything you need to accomplish what I have set before you. It is written, For many are called, but few are chosen. You are among the chosen because you have been marked by my Spirit, and your life is hidden in me where no power of darkness can reach. I have anointed you to bring forth my word in power, to speak truth that pierces the heart and love that heals the soul. I have given you authority to tread upon the works of the enemy, and to stand firm when the battle rages. For I have equipped you with the armor of light. You are my ambassador, representing my kingdom in every place your feet tread, and I have entrusted you with the ministry of reconciliation. The gifts I have placed in you are not by accident, for they were chosen specifically for the purpose I have assigned you. It is written, "Ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, an holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." I have called you out of the shadows not only to dwell in the light, but to reflect it to others, so that they too may see and be drawn to me. You are my royal priesthood, given access to the throne of grace and entrusted with the privilege of standing in the gap for others. Your prayers are not small in my sight, for they move the heavens and shape destinies. I have chosen you to carry my heart into a world that has forgotten my love, to be a living expression of my compassion and truth. My child, you will never be disqualified for my choosing, for I have set my seal upon you, and what I have sealed, no one can break. I rejoice over you with gladness, and I take great pleasure in seeing you walk in the fullness of all I have prepared. You are chosen, and my choice is eternal. My beloved, my choosing of you was not the result of chance or the opinion of man, but the overflow of my will and the delight of my heart. I have walked with you through every season, unseen by many but fully known to me, and I have been faithful to keep you for myself. I have chosen you to carry a sound that echoes my heart, to bear fruit in lands where the soil is hard, and to be a sign of my unfailing covenant. You were in my thoughts before the mountains were formed, and before the seas knew their bounds. For I crafted you with a specific design, and placed within you gifts that align perfectly with the calling I have spoken over you. I take joy in watching you grow into the fullness of what I have appointed for you, and I will finish the work I have begun in you. It is written, "I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine." You belong to me in a way that no other voice can claim, for my ownership over you is sealed with love, not with force. I have watched over your steps, guiding you through unseen dangers, and positioning you in the right place at the right time according to my wisdom. I have not forgotten a single word I have promised you, for my faithfulness is as unshakable as the heavens I have stretched above you. You are the planting of my hand, and in the place I have positioned you, you will flourish in due season, watered by my Spirit and sustained by my word. I have chosen you as a vessel to display my power and compassion together, so that those who encounter you will encounter me. It is written, "I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore with loving kindness have I drawn thee." My drawing of you was not a momentary act, but a lifelong pull of my heart toward yours, and I rejoice that you have responded. The path of the chosen is not without trials, but I have equipped you with strength that is renewed each day, and I have clothed you with grace that cannot be stripped away. You are surrounded by my favor, and I have assigned angels to guard your way so that nothing will hinder the fulfillment of what I have spoken. The treasures within you will be revealed as you remain in me, for apart from me nothing of eternal worth can be produced. I have given you eyes to see what others overlook, and ears to hear the whispers of my Spirit, for I desire that you walk in close fellowship with me. It is written, "For the Lord hath chosen Jacob unto himself, and Israel for his peculiar treasure." You are my treasure, distinct from the world, carrying the imprint of my nature upon your life. I have placed you among people with purpose, for even your relationships are woven into the tapestry of my design. Every place your foot treads under my leading is claimed for the glory of my kingdom, and I will enlarge your territory in ways that align with my will. I have not set my affection on you for a season only, but for all eternity, and nothing will ever remove you from my hand. The refining you have walked through was not to harm you, but to prepare you for the weight of what I am entrusting to you. For the chosen must be shaped to carry the call. It is written, "Behold my servant, whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my Spirit upon him. I have placed my Spirit within you as both seal and power, enabling you to accomplish what cannot be done in human strength alone. I take delight in the moments you yield fully to me, for in those moments my will flows unhindered through your life. You are appointed to be a witness of my faithfulness in a generation that has forgotten my ways, to carry truth where there is deception, and to carry hope where despair has settled deep. I have chosen you for impact that will ripple far beyond what you see, touching lives you will never meet in this world, but will rejoice with in eternity. Your name is known in my courts, and the sound of your prayers is familiar to the throne of grace. For I treasure every word you speak to me. It is written, "Ye are my witnesses, saith the Lord, and my servant whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me, and understand that I am he." I have chosen you not only to serve but to know me, to experience the depth of my character, and to be certain of my truth even when the world shakes. I will continue to unveil my heart to you as you walk with me, for intimacy with me is part of the inheritance of the chosen. I have hidden you at times to protect you, and I have revealed you at times to display my works. Both the hiddenness and the revealing are under my perfect timing. The favor I have placed upon you will open doors that no man can shut, and the wisdom I have placed within you will guide you in how to walk through them. I take pleasure in seeing you rise above the obstacles meant to stop you, for I have given you the resilience of one anchored in the rock that cannot be moved. It is written, "For the Lord will not forsake his people for his great name's sake, because it hath pleased the Lord to make you his people." My pleasure in you is not earned by what you do, but rests in my choice of you, and I will not abandon what I have claimed as my own. You are a sign of my covenant promises, living proof that my word never fails. I have placed in you a message that will set captives free, and I have anointed your hands to bring healing to the broken. Your life will bear the mark of my presence in such a way that those who see you will know you have been with me. I have chosen you for a legacy that will outlast your days, and I have appointed that through you, my kingdom will advance. Even when storms come, you will stand, for I myself am your foundation. I take joy in calling you mine, and I will never change my mind concerning you, for my choice is eternal and my love for you without end. My child, before the sun first rose upon the earth, before the rivers began their course, before the stars found their place in the night sky, I conceived you in the depths of my heart and formed you according to the pattern of my own nature. You are not the product of accident or the random flow of time, but the deliberate expression of my will and the reflection of my glory in human form. I spoke into the dust and breathed into you the breath of life, and in that moment you bore the imprint of my being. I set within you the capacity to reason, to create, to love, to discern, to speak life, and to walk in righteousness, for you are crafted in the likeness of the One who is eternal. Every detail of your being carries purpose, and every fiber of your existence bears witness to the truth that you came forth from the Creator, who is perfect in wisdom and rich in mercy. It is written, "So God created man in his own image, in the image of God created he him, male and female created he them." This likeness is not merely in outward form, but in the spirit I have placed within you, for you carry the ability to reflect my character in the earth. I placed within you the power of choice, for love cannot be coerced, and in choosing me you mirror my nature in purity. I gave you dominion to steward the works of my hands, to cultivate and guard what I have entrusted to you, and to walk as a ruler under my authority. When you extend kindness, you show my heart. When you walk in truth, you reveal my light. When you forgive, you display my mercy. When you create beauty, you echo the very act of creation that brought all things into being. The world seeks to distort the image I have set upon you, but my spirit within you continually restores and renews it so that my likeness shines even more brightly through your life. It is written, "Put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him." As you draw near to me, the reflection of who I am becomes clearer in you, for the light of my presence removes the shadows that would hide my image in you. I have woven into your being the capacity for compassion that touches the wounded, the courage that stands in the face of adversity, and the creativity that shapes the world around you according to my design. No voice of accusation can erase the fact that you bear my image, for this is not a temporary mark, but an eternal reality rooted in my decision and sustained by my power. You are the visible representation of the invisible God, carrying within you the testimony of my handiwork. It is written, "We all, with open face beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from glory to glory." I am continually shaping you into greater likeness of myself, removing what does not align and strengthening what reflects my heart, until the day comes when the reflection is perfect. You were made to carry my authority on the earth, not as one who oppresses, but as one who brings life and order where there is chaos. I placed within you the sense of justice that reflects my throne, the desire for fellowship that mirrors the communion within the Godhead, and the hunger for truth that draws you back to my word. Even your ability to dream is a shadow of my eternal vision, for I am the one who declares the end from the beginning, and I have given you a share in my creative foresight. I have made you capable of joy because I am joy, capable of peace because I am peace, capable of love because I am love. When you act in these, you manifest my nature to those around you. It is written, "For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus unto good works, which God hath before ordained that we should walk in them." You are not a reflection without purpose, but a masterpiece designed for action that reveals the one who made you. I have made you a vessel of my Spirit, that my presence might dwell in you and work through you. For the image you bear is not an empty form but one filled with divine life. When the adversary tries to whisper that you are less than what I have declared, remember that I shaped you with my own hands and breathed my life into your being. I see in you the reflection of my own eyes, the imprint of my own hands, the beating of a heart patterned after my own. I have set you apart to walk in the dignity of one who carries the likeness of the King of all creation. It is written, "And have put on the new man, which after God is created in righteousness and true holiness." This is the fullness of the image you were designed to carry, an image restored and perfected in me. I have not only made you to bear my likeness but to multiply it in the earth, to teach others my ways, to reveal my heart through your actions, and to shine as a light in the darkness. Every time you walk in faith, speak truth, show mercy, or bring peace, you are displaying the image you carry. The enemy may attempt to mar what I have set upon you through lies, fear, or sin, but my blood cleanses and my Spirit renews so that my likeness in you remains untarnished. You are a living reminder to the world that I am real, that I am present, and that I am working through those who are mine. I have crowned you with glory and honor, not the kind that fades with time, but the kind that flows from my eternal nature. Your value is not determined by the shifting opinions of man, but by the unchanging truth of my word and the eternal fact of my creation. It is written, "The glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together." You carry that glory in a measure now, and it will one day be revealed in full when you stand in my presence. Until then, I will continue to shape, refine, and beautify my image in you so that you shine ever brighter in a world that desperately needs to see the light of the Creator reflected in His creation. You are my masterpiece, my image-bearer, and my delight, and I take joy in watching you grow into the fullness of the design I set upon you before the foundations of the world. My child, I formed you with intention, shaping every part of you with skill that no hand but mine could accomplish, placing within you the imprint of my nature that remains unshaken by the trials of life. I have clothed you with the capacity to carry my wisdom, to speak with authority that comes from my Spirit, and to walk in the kind of strength that is not from human might, but from the breath of the Almighty that gave you life. I have set within your mind the ability to discern truth, within your spirit the capacity to receive revelation, and within your heart the power to love in ways that transcend understanding. The image you bear is not a faint resemblance but a living witness of the one who reigns over all creation, for you are a reflection of my glory in the earth. It is written, "The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord, searching all the inward parts of the belly." I have placed that light within you so that my image is not hidden but shines forth, even when darkness presses in. You are a vessel designed to reveal the eternal through the temporary, to carry the unseen reality of my kingdom into the visible realm where others can behold my nature through you. I have engraved my character into the deepest part of your being so that nothing, no word of accusation, no scheme of the enemy, no circumstance of life, can erase what I have set there. The works of my hands are perfect, and when I made you, I declared that you were very good. You were not shaped in the shadow of imperfection, but in the radiance of my design. I breathed into you the ability to commune with me, to hear my voice, and to walk in step with my will. The likeness you carry is not static but growing, deepening, and increasing in clarity as you yield to my spirit. It is written, as we have borne the image of the earthy, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. This transformation is my work in you, turning every surrendered moment into a step toward the full revelation of my likeness within you. I have made you capable of reflecting my justice when you stand for what is right, my mercy when you forgive, and my truth when you speak with integrity. I have given you hands to build and restore, feet to carry peace, and a heart that can feel the burdens of others so that my compassion may flow through you. Every day, my desire is to renew your mind so that you think my thoughts, to strengthen your spirit so that you walk in my ways, and to purify your desires so that your will aligns with mine. The image you bear is not for yourself alone, but to reveal to the world that I am alive, that I am present, and that I am still working in my creation. When you walk in faith, you display the certainty of my promises. When you speak hope, you show the steadfastness of my word. When you show kindness, you make visible the goodness that flows from my heart. It is written, the Lord hath prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. As my image-bearer, you are a representative of that kingdom, carrying its authority and revealing its reality in the earth. I have given you the power to create words that bring life, to establish peace where there is turmoil, and to bring light where shadows linger. Even in your moments of weakness, my strength is magnified through you, and my image is revealed in the way you trust me. I have called you to stand as a living testimony of my faithfulness, to be one who bears fruit that remains, and to walk in the dignity of one who has been crafted by the hand of the eternal God. You carry within you a reflection of my holiness, for I have set you apart from the beginning for purposes that are greater than what you can see. The likeness you bear is a call to live above the corruption of the world, to walk in purity of heart, and to shine as a light that cannot be hidden. It is written, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid. This light is the evidence of my presence within you, the glow of my image radiating through your words, actions, and thoughts. I have placed eternity in your heart so that you may live with a vision beyond what is seen, so that your choices are guided by what is everlasting rather than what is passing away. I have equipped you to endure trials without losing hope, to face storms without fear, and to stand firm when the world shakes, because the one in whose image you are made cannot be moved. Your worth does not waver with the seasons or diminish with the opinions of man, for it is rooted in the unchanging reality of who I am. I have called you to reflect my joy even in the midst of sorrow, to show my peace even when surrounded by chaos, and to walk in my love even toward those who oppose you. You were designed to be an image bearer, not just in moments of ease, but in every season. For my likeness in you is not dependent on circumstances. It is written, "The upright shall dwell in thy presence." I have made you one who can stand in my presence without fear, clothed in righteousness that I have provided, able to look upon my face and reflect my glory. The world may attempt to define you by what you have done or what has been done to you, but I define you by what I have placed within you, my very own nature, breathed into your being. You are a signpost pointing to me, a living witness of the reality of the Creator who made all things good. I have placed within you the seed of my kingdom, and as you yield to my spirit, that seed grows into a tree that provides shelter, life, and fruit for many. The image you bear is not diminished with age but matures, deepens, and becomes more radiant the longer you walk with me. You were made to shine in the midst of darkness, to speak truth where lies have taken root, and to carry my presence into places where hope has been lost. It is written, "The meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace." I have given you a share in my inheritance, and as my image-bearer, you will reign with me in the fullness of time. Until that day, you are called to live in such a way that others can see in you the reflection of my face, the evidence of my spirit, and the imprint of my hands. I have chosen you to be a channel through which my heart can be revealed, a mirror that reflects the beauty of my holiness, and a voice that carries the truth of my word. Every day I am shaping you, refining you, and preparing you to bear my image in greater measure, so that when I look upon you, I see myself, and when others look upon you, they see me. My child, I speak to you as the one who has overcome the world, and because I live, you also shall live in victory. I have placed within you the strength to stand in every battle, the courage to advance when the enemy rises against you, and the endurance to finish the race that is set before you. You are not left to fight in your own power, for I have covered you with the armor of light and clothed you with the garments of salvation. It is written, "The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace." I go before you as a consuming fire, clearing the path of every obstacle and breaking the chains that try to hold you back. No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper, for I have declared that your heritage is in my righteousness, and I uphold you with my victorious right hand. You have been made more than a conqueror through my love, for my victory is not partial or uncertain but complete and eternal. Even when you walk through valleys shadowed by danger, I am with you, and my rod and staff comfort you, leading you into triumph. I have given you authority over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means harm you. It is written, "The Lord your God is he that goeth with you, to fight for you against your enemies, to save you." You are never outnumbered, for those who are with you are greater than those who are against you. I have surrounded you with my angels, who excel in strength and perform my word. I have established you in a place of victory before the battle even begins. For the end is already written. and it declares your triumph. You stand on the foundation of my promises, and they cannot be shaken. When you call upon me in the day of trouble, I will deliver you, and you will glorify me. I have anointed your head with oil, and your cup runs over. Goodness and mercy follow you all the days of your life, because my covenant with you is unbreakable. It is written, "Through God we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies." The walls that seem too high will fall at the sound of my command, and the rivers that appear too deep will part before my power. I have trained your hands for war and your fingers for battle. Yet your greatest weapon is the sword of my word that never returns void. I have given you the shield of faith to extinguish every fiery dart, and I strengthen your heart so that you do not faint when the battle rages. The victory I give is not momentary but everlasting, for I reign over every power, and all dominion is under my feet. When the storms rise, I speak peace and still the waves, and when the enemy tries to overwhelm you, I lift up a standard against him. It is written, "They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." I renew your strength daily so that you advance without fear, knowing that the outcome is already secured in my hand. I have given you a new song, a song of deliverance, and I have placed joy in your heart that no trial can steal. My spirit in you is the guarantee of your triumph, for greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. You will trample upon the lion and the adder, the young lion and the dragon you will tread underfoot, because I have given you dominion over them. I lead you from glory to glory and from strength to strength, for your life is a testimony of my power to save completely. Even in your weakness, my strength is made perfect, and I turn every battle into a display of my faithfulness. It is written, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid?" No fear can take root in the heart that knows my presence, and no defeat can take hold of one who walks in the certainty of my word. I crown you with loving kindness and tender mercies, and I surround you with songs of victory. The plans of the enemy are frustrated before they can touch you, for I hold you in the palm of my hand, and none can snatch you away. I have called you to walk in the boldness of a child of the King, to declare the victory I have already won, and to stand firm when the world tries to shake your faith. You are victorious because I have triumphed, and I share my victory with you as an inheritance that can never fade. Your battle cry is not one of desperation but of confidence, for the Lord your God is mighty in battle, and he has declared the end from the beginning. Lift your eyes and see that the fields are ready for harvest, for your victory is not just for yourself, but for the deliverance of many who will see and believe because of what I have done in you. It is written, "Salvation belongeth unto the Lord, thy blessing is upon thy people." My blessing rests upon you, and my favor goes before you, opening doors that no man can shut. Walk in the assurance that nothing in all creation can separate you from my love, and therefore nothing can take away the victory that I have given you. I have made your life a testimony that in me every battle is won, every chain is broken, and every enemy is defeated. Stand, my child, in the fullness of your victory, and let the world see the power of the one who has called you by name. My child, I have set you above and not beneath, for I have called you to walk as one who carries the banner of triumph in every place I send you. I have placed you in a position where no darkness can overtake you, because my light goes before you and my glory is your rear guard. You are never abandoned on the field of battle, for I am the captain of your salvation, and I lead you in perfect victory. It is written, "The Lord shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy God thy glory." I have equipped you with strength that the world cannot measure, and I have filled you with a peace that keeps you steady when the winds howl against you. You are a warrior clothed with the garments of praise, and your praise shatters the plans of the enemy. I have anointed you with fresh oil so that you can run without weariness and walk without fainting. Every step you take is secured in my counsel, and no enemy can undo what I have decreed. It is written, "When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him." I have lifted you above the reach of destruction, and hidden you under the shadow of my wings. The sound of my voice goes before you like thunder, scattering every force that rises against you, and my word in your mouth is like fire consuming every work of darkness. I have made your feet like hinds' feet to walk upon high places, and I have strengthened your arms to bend the bow of steel. I have surrounded you with favor as with a shield, so that even when you face the fiercest storm, you remain unshaken. Your name is engraved upon my hand, and I watch over you with unfailing care. I cause even the things meant for your harm to turn into stepping stones for your advancement. It is written, "The Lord preserveth the faithful, and plentifully rewardeth the proud doer." I preserve you in times of famine, in seasons of scarcity, and in moments when the world trembles, for your source is not of the earth but from my throne. I pour strength into your spirit each day so you can stand tall and move forward when others shrink back. I clothe you with salvation and wrap you in righteousness so that the enemy finds no foothold against you. I cause rivers to spring forth in the desert places of your life, and I open the storehouses of heaven to rain blessings upon you that cannot be contained. It is written, "The Lord will give strength unto his people. The Lord will bless his people with peace." I have put a victory cry in your heart that grows louder in the face of opposition, and I fill your mouth with words of life that break the hold of death. I have called you to be a beacon that shines on the hilltop so that others may see and come into the safety of my salvation. You will not be moved by the noise of threats or the weight of trials, for my hand is mighty upon you, and I uphold you in every season. The path I have prepared for you is straight, and I make your footing sure so that you do not stumble in the journey I have set before you. I strengthen your inner man so that you can endure every test with joy, knowing the end is already written. It is written, "The Lord is good, a strong hold in the day of trouble, and he knoweth them that trust in him." I know you, my child, and I see the trust in your heart. I honor that trust with victories that exceed your expectations. I give you songs in the night that rise as a testimony to my power, and I cause your enemies to flee in confusion when they see the light of my glory upon you. I fill your life with abundance so that you may bless others, and I cause your influence to spread as a witness of my unfailing power. Even when the battle seems long, I whisper to your spirit, reminding you that you are never alone. My spirit intercedes for you, my angels fight for you, and my presence carries you from one triumph to the next. It is written, "The Lord redeemeth the soul of his servants, and none of them that trust in him shall be desolate." You will not be left empty, for I am your Redeemer, and I repay with increase all that the enemy tries to steal. I establish you as a pillar in my house, immovable and unshakable, and I seal you with my promise that your victory is eternal. I raise your head above the waves and cause your eyes to see beyond the present into the certainty of the outcome I have prepared for you. I stir courage within you that is not silenced by fear, and I place determination in your heart that refuses to surrender to defeat. My victory in you is a testimony to generations that I am faithful and that those who stand in me cannot be overthrown. Walk in this truth, for I have declared you an overcomer, and every step you take in my name advances the kingdom and declares my glory to the earth. My beloved, I have engraved my name upon you, and no power can erase what I have written. You are a vessel chosen to carry my presence, a light to shine in the darkness, and a voice to declare my truth in a world that longs for life. It is written, "Ye shall be holy unto me, for I the Lord am holy, and have severed you from other people, that ye should be mine." I have separated you from the ways that lead to destruction, and placed you in the way of righteousness, not because of your strength, but because of my unfailing love. I have clothed you with the garments of salvation, and wrapped you in the robe of righteousness, and I have given you a new name that the world did not give and cannot take away. You walk under the banner of my authority, and the seal of my Spirit rests upon you as a witness to the unseen realms that you belong to me. The enemy knows your name because I have spoken it, and when I speak, creation hears and responds. It is written, "I am the Lord, that is my name, and my glory will I not give to another, neither my praise to graven images. I share my glory with no other, yet I cause my light to rest upon you so that you may reflect my nature to all you encounter. When I called you with an everlasting calling, and nothing can separate you from my hand. When you pass through waters, they will not overwhelm you. When you walk through fire, it will not burn you, for my name upon you is your shield. I have placed within you a spirit that overcomes, a heart that seeks me, and a will strengthened by my power to accomplish all I have assigned to you. You are not hidden from my sight. Every step you take is known to me, and I delight in the path of those who bear my name. It is written, "They shall be mine, saith the Lord of hosts, in that day when I make up my jewels, and I will spare them, as a man spareth his own son that serveth him. You are my treasured possession, and I guard you as a king guards his crown. The value I have placed upon you cannot be measured by earthly scales. for the worth of one who carries my name is eternal. You are called to stand as a witness of my faithfulness, to proclaim my mercy to the brokenhearted, and to walk in the authority of the one who has redeemed you. You are not alone in your calling, for I have surrounded you with a great company of witnesses in the heavenly realms who rejoice as you walk in obedience. I have written your name in the book of life, and the ink with which I wrote it will never fade. It is written, The Lord hath chosen Jacob unto himself, and Israel for his peculiar treasure. As I chose Israel, I have chosen you, and I have set my favor upon you as a sign to the nations that I keep my covenant from generation to generation. When you call to me, I hear you, for your voice is known to me as a shepherd knows the cry of his sheep. My sheep hear my voice, and they follow me because they know I lead them to life. I have marked you with a mark that no enemy can counterfeit, the mark of my Spirit that testifies to all creation that you are mine. You carry my name into every place you go, and my presence goes with you to prepare the way. It is written, And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests, and an holy nation. You are set apart to minister before me, to offer the incense of praise and the sacrifice of thanksgiving, and to show forth my praises among all people. The authority of my name upon you means that when you speak according to my will, it is established, and when you pray in alignment with my heart, it is done. I have made you an ambassador of my kingdom, and the seal of my reign is upon your brow. I have given you the keys of my house, and no one can shut what I open before you. Your calling is not for a season but for eternity, for I have declared from the beginning that those who bear my name shall reign with me forever. It is written, This people have I formed for myself. They shall shew forth my praise. You were created to glorify me, and every gift I have placed in you was designed to display my excellence. When you walk in obedience, the fragrance of my presence is released, drawing others to the light that shines from within you. I have anointed you with the oil of gladness above those who choose the path of rebellion. For I delight in the one who delights in me. I strengthen you daily for the work to which I have called you, and I pour out wisdom from above so that you may walk in understanding. The trials you face are not signs of my absence, but opportunities for my power to be revealed in greater measure. My child, do not measure yourself by the world's standards, for you are measured by the standard of my word. And according to that word, you are precious, honored, and loved. It is written, The Lord hath appeared of old unto me, saying, Yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore with loving kindness have I drawn thee. I drew you to myself long before you knew my name, and I will keep you close until the day you see me face to face. You are not defined by the past but by the name I have placed upon you, and that name declares victory, hope, and eternal life. I have entrusted to you the ministry of reconciliation, to bring others into the same calling you have received, so that they too may bear my name and walk in my ways. I have placed you as a sign and a wonder in the earth. For those who see you will know that my hand is upon you. It is written, The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it, and is safe. You are safe in me because you dwell within my name, and no force can break through the walls of my protection. The storms may rage, but you will stand unmoved, for I have founded you upon the rock that cannot be shaken. I will lead you in paths of righteousness for my name's sake, and I will cause your cup to overflow in the presence of those who doubted my call upon your life. I will cause your voice to be heard in the courts of kings and among the humble, for the message I have given you is for all people. I will open doors for you that no one can shut, and I will close doors that lead to harm. Your name and my name are bound together in covenant, and this covenant will not fail. When you speak, speak with the confidence of one who carries the authority of heaven, for I back every word that proceeds from the mouth I have sanctified. When you pray, pray as one who knows they are heard, for I incline my ear to the voice of my beloved. When you move, move as one who is sent, for I send you not in your own strength, but in the power of my Spirit. My child, live each day in the awareness that you are called by my name, for in this truth is your strength, your identity, and your destiny. And as long as you bear my name, you will see my hand, my favor, and my power in every place your feet touch. For I am with you, and I will not leave you until every word I have spoken over you is fulfilled. My beloved, I have written you upon the palms of my hands, and your walls are continually before me. I have marked you with a covenant seal that will never be erased, for you are bound to me by the power of my word and the blood of my Son. I have spoken over you a destiny that carries the fragrance of eternity, and nothing under heaven or earth can cancel what I have decreed. I have placed my Spirit within you so that you may walk in the fullness of the name you bear. You are not a stranger to my courts. You are one who stands in my presence and is known in the throne room of heaven. I have given you the authority to tread upon the works of darkness and to proclaim liberty to those bound by chains. It is written, I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. I have placed a crown upon your head, and clothed you with garments that speak of my favor. Your steps are ordered by my hand, and even when you walk through valleys of uncertainty, the light of my countenance goes before you to make a way. I have chosen you to be a vessel of honor, carrying the treasures of my kingdom to the places I send you. Your calling is not hidden from heaven, and the host of angels stand ready to assist you in the assignments I have placed in your hands. I have set you as a sign to generations, that those who see you will know that my covenant stands sure. My name upon you is a banner of victory that waves over your life, declaring that you are mine and I am yours. I have placed you in the shelter of my wings, where no arrow can pierce and no curse can take root. The adversary trembles at the sound of your name because he hears my name in it. It is written, Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. You were sanctified for a purpose before the earth knew your steps, and I have prepared every path you would walk before you took your first breath. My calling over you is not dependent on the approval of men, for I myself have appointed you. I have spoken over you blessings that reach beyond time, and I have placed in your spirit the ability to overcome every obstacle. You carry the sign of my ownership, and no one can claim you for themselves. When you speak my words, creation responds, for the authority of heaven flows through the name you bear. I have set you in the midst of the nations as a testimony of my goodness, and I will cause kings to stand in respect at the sound of your voice because my spirit rests upon you. I have written your story into the scrolls of eternity, and every chapter reveals my faithfulness. It is written, "Fear not, for I have redeemed thee, I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine." Your redemption is complete, and your name is forever joined to mine in the book of life. I have lifted you from the pit and seated you with princes, not for the sake of earthly glory, but so that my glory may be seen in you. I will cause streams to flow in the desert places of your life, and I will make the barren places fruitful because my name is on you. You are called to be a reflection of my nature, to walk in mercy, justice, and truth, for these are the qualities that reveal who I am. I have given you the ability to speak life where there is death, to speak hope where there is despair, and to speak peace where there is chaos. It is written, "I will give them one heart, and I will put a new spirit within you." I have given you a heart that beats with the rhythm of my own, and a spirit that longs for my presence. You are never far from me, for my name keeps you near. I have inscribed you into the fabric of my kingdom, and you will remain a part of my purpose forever. When you pass through trials, I will sustain you. When you walk through fire, the flame will not consume you. When you face opposition, I will be your defender. I have invested in you the authority to bind and loose, to open and shut, for you stand as my representative in the earth. You are an heir to all that is mine, and I have not withheld any good thing from you. I have placed my word in your mouth so that you may declare my will with boldness, and I have anointed your hands to bring restoration where there is brokenness. It is written, "I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of the earth." The light I have placed within you will never be extinguished, for it is fueled by the fire of my Spirit. I have caused your name to be associated with victory, not defeat, with hope, not despair, with truth, not lies. I have placed you in the shelter of my pavilion, and the shadow of my presence is your covering. Your name is spoken in the courts of heaven, and my angels are dispatched at the mention of it. I will use you to establish my kingdom in the hearts of men, and I will cause your life to be a testimony of what it means to be called by my name. You will overcome every weapon formed against you because you belong to me, and no hand can pluck you from my grasp. I have set before you an open door that no one can close, and I will guide you through it by my Spirit. It is written, "I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness, and in judgment, and in loving kindness, and in mercies." This covenant between us is eternal, sealed in my love and established in my truth. I will renew your strength daily so that you may walk in the fullness of your calling, and I will refresh your spirit when the journey feels long. My hand will be upon you to bless, to guide, and to protect. You are the work of my hands, the fruit of my labor, and the joy of my heart. I will cause you to flourish like a tree planted by rivers of water, bringing forth fruit in every season. The nations will see your fruit and know that my favor rests upon you. I will silence every tongue that rises against you, for your vindication comes from me. I have placed in you a well of living water that will never run dry, and those who drink from it will taste of my goodness. It is written, "Ye shall be called the priests of the Lord. Men shall call you the ministers of our God." I have ordained you to minister in my name, to heal the broken, to bind the wounded, and to proclaim liberty to the captives. You will walk in the power of my Spirit and demonstrate the reality of my kingdom wherever you go. You will not grow weary in well-doing, for I will sustain you with my joy. I will cause your light to break forth as the morning, and your healing will spring up speedily. You will be a repairer of the breach, a restorer of paths to dwell in, and a witness of my unfailing love. The name you bear is more than a title. It is a testimony of who I am in you and who you are in me. I will keep you as the apple of my eye, and I will surround you with songs of deliverance. You will dwell in safety, for my presence will be your refuge and your fortress. I will anoint your head with oil in the presence of your enemies, and I will cause your cup to overflow. You will not be put to shame, for those who hope in my name will never be disappointed. I will go before you to prepare the way, and I will follow behind you to protect your steps. My name upon you is your inheritance, your strength, and your everlasting identity. And I will be faithful to watch over you until the day you stand before me, complete in the calling for which I chose you from the foundation of the world. I have searched you and I know you. I know you're sitting down and you're rising up. I understand your thoughts from afar, and I am acquainted with all your ways. Even before a word is on your tongue, I know it completely. There is nothing hidden from me, for darkness is as light to me, and I see the secret places of your heart. You are not a passing face in the multitude, for I have called you by name and written it in the book of life. I formed you in the secret place, and all your days were written in my book before one of them came to be. It is written, I know the thoughts that I think toward you, thoughts of peace, and not of evil, to give you an expected end. I have measured every breath you will take, and I have woven your story into the great tapestry of my eternal plan. I know the path you walk and the burdens you carry, and I am near to sustain you. The sound of your voice is familiar to me. When you whisper in prayer or cry out in pain, I hear and I answer. You are engraved upon the palms of my hands, and your name is never absent from my mind. The world may pass you by without seeing, but I see you always. It is written, I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. I have counted every hair on your head, and I watch over you with a love that never sleeps nor slumbers. I know your strengths and your weaknesses, your victories and your failures, and yet I love you with an everlasting love. I am mindful of the thoughts that trouble you, the dreams that stir your heart, and the prayers you cannot even put into words. I know the roads you have taken, the turns you regret, and the moments you wish to hide. Yet I have not turned my face from you. My knowledge of you is not distant. It is intimate and filled with care. I have been with you in the valleys of shadows and on the heights of joy, and my presence has never departed from you. It is written, "The very hairs of your head are all numbered." There is no place you can go where my spirit is not with you, no depth so deep or height so high that my love cannot reach you. I know the wounds you carry, the fears that whisper in the night, and the battles you face in silence. I know when your strength is failing and when your heart is lifted in hope. I see the secret acts of kindness you do for others and the sacrifices you make in obedience to me. I know the seasons of your life, the times of sowing and the times of reaping, and I am faithful to bring forth fruit in due season. It is written, "Your Father knoweth what things ye have need of, before ye ask him. Before you call, I have answered. Before you seek, I am already near." I know the desires of your heart and the intentions behind your actions. My knowledge of you is complete, yet my love does not falter or fade. I have watched over you from your first cry to this very moment, and I will be with you until your last breath and beyond. I know when you feel unseen and forgotten, yet I declare that you are precious in my sight and honored in my kingdom. It is written, "The Lord knoweth the way of the righteous." I know the way you take, and when I have tried you, you shall come forth as gold. I understand your longing for purpose and your questions about the path ahead. My knowledge of you is not only about who you are now, but also about who I have destined you to become. I see the potential I placed within you and the calling that rests upon your life. I know how to turn your pain into testimony, your weakness into strength, and your emptiness into fullness. I have numbered your steps and will not allow one of them to be wasted. I know the enemies that rise against you, and I am your defender. I know the storms that threaten to overwhelm you, and I am your refuge. It is written, "Nevertheless the foundation of God standeth sure, having this seal, the Lord knoweth them that are his." I have sealed you with my Spirit as a mark of ownership and protection. I know when you are weary from the journey, and I send my comfort to renew your soul. I know the moments you worship in joy and the times you worship through tears, and both are precious to me. I have stored every tear you have shed and every prayer you have prayed, and none of them are forgotten. I know the places where you have stumbled, but I also know the strength I have given you to rise again. I know the times you have doubted, yet I see the faith that still burns within you. I know the works you have done in secret, and I will reward you openly. It is written, "He knoweth the secrets of the heart." Even the things you cannot speak aloud, I understand. I know when you need correction, and I discipline you in love to bring forth righteousness in you. I know the areas where you need healing, and I am the balm that restores. I know the relationships that bless you and those that wound you, and I am working all things for your good. I know the trials you face are not without purpose, and I will use them to shape you into the likeness of my Son. I know your prayers for others, your hopes for your family, and your intercession for the lost. I know your laughter and the sound of your song, and I rejoice over you with singing. I know the weight you carry in your heart, and I have promised to bear it with you. It is written, I am he that searcheth the reins and hearts. I search the depths of your being, and I know when your love for me is pure and when it needs to be refined. I know when you need encouragement, and I send my word to lift your spirit. I know the seasons when you must wait, and I strengthen you to endure. I know the enemies that plot against you, and I frustrate their plans. I know the victories that are yet ahead, and I lead you step by step toward them. I know your capacity for endurance and your need for rest, and I give both at the right time. I know your hunger for righteousness, and I will fill you. I know your thirst for my presence, and I will satisfy you with living water. I know the battles of your mind, the lies that seek to take root, and I speak truth to silence them. It is written, I am the Lord which searcheth the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways. I know what you have sown, and I will ensure that your harvest comes. I know your gifts and talents, for I placed them in you before you were born. I know how to open the right doors and close the wrong ones. I know the friendships that will strengthen you and the ones I must remove for your growth. I know the seasons of pruning, and though they seem painful, they prepare you for abundance. I know the things that tempt you, and I make a way of escape. I know the desires I have placed within you, and I will bring them to fulfillment in my time. I know the paths that lead to life, and I will guide your feet upon them. I know the days of joy and the days of sorrow, and I will be the same in both. I know your end from your beginning, and nothing will take me by surprise. I know your true identity, even when you struggle to see it yourself. You are mine, and I will never forget you. I have numbered your steps, and I have seen your journey from the beginning to where you are now. I am the one who holds your breath in my hand, and the one who has written your name in my eternal book. I know your voice even in the crowd, and I hear your cry even when no one else notices. It is written, before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. I am your constant companion in the secret place, the witness to your thoughts and desires, the listener to your unspoken prayers. I know when your heart is troubled, and I am the peace that quiets the storm inside you. I know the plans of the enemy against you, and I have set a hedge around you so that you are not consumed. I know the temptations that come your way, and I have prepared the way of escape before they ever appear. I know the roads you have walked in confusion, the moments you have questioned the path ahead, and the days you have longed for clarity. I am the light that makes your steps sure. It is written, when thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. I know your rising up and your lying down, your moments of courage and your moments of hesitation. I know the words you speak and the thoughts that never find their way to your lips. I have seen you in the quiet mornings when you lift your heart to me, and in the long nights when you wait for my answer. I know the burdens that weigh on you and the prayers you have prayed for years, believing, hoping, and trusting that I will fulfill them. I have stored every tear in my bottle and kept record of every act of faith, whether seen or unseen. I know the sacrifices you have made to obey me, and I will repay them with blessings that cannot be taken away. I know the wounds that others do not see, and I am the healer who restores your soul. It is written, "The Lord is nigh unto all them that call upon him, to all that call upon him in truth." I am near when you whisper my name, near when you fall to your knees, near when your heart cries out for help. I know your love for me, even when you feel it is weak. I see the flame and breathe upon it to make it grow. I know the work of your hands done in faith, the kindness you have shown to others, the forgiveness you have given even when it was costly. I know the times you chose righteousness over compromise and truth over comfort. I know the courage it took to stand when it would have been easier to remain silent. I have seen the days when you felt surrounded, yet you chose to trust me. Those moments are precious to me. It is written, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God." I know your fears, and I have spoken courage over you. I know your doubts, and I have answered them with my promises. I know your weakness, and I have given you my strength. I know the road you have yet to travel, and I have already gone ahead to prepare the way. I know the enemies that wait along the path, and I have disarmed them before you even see them. I know the mountains you will face, and I have placed the strength in you to climb them. I know the valleys you will walk through, and I will be your comfort in their shadow. I know the seasons when your faith will be tested, and I will prove myself faithful to you in each one. It is written, "For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to shew himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him." I search your heart, and I see your desire to please me, and I will uphold you so that you will not stumble. I know when you are weary from the journey, and I am your rest. I know when you are pressed by the cares of life, and I am your refuge. I know the battles you fight in secret, and I am your victory. I know the words spoken against you, and I will turn them into blessings. I know the lies the enemy whispers, and I counter them with the truth of who you are in me. I know the moments when you feel small, and I remind you that you are chosen, beloved, and appointed. I know the gifts I placed inside you, and I will bring them forth in due time. It is written, "The Lord knoweth the thoughts of man, that they are vanity." I know every thought that rises in your mind, and I replace those that harm you with my thoughts of life and peace. I know the prayers you have prayed for others, the nights you have stood in the gap, the days you have poured out your strength for their sake. I know the joy it gives you to see others blessed, and I will bless you in return. I know the moments when you needed someone to stand with you, and I was the one holding you up. I know when your hands have been tired from the work, and I have strengthened them for the task. I know the visions I have given you, and I will bring them to pass. I know the seasons when you have sown in tears, and you will reap with joy. It is written, I will guide thee with mine eye. My eyes are always upon you, watching over your steps, guarding your ways, and leading you in the path of life. I know the times when you have felt abandoned, yet I was closer than your breath. I know when the path has seemed long and hard, and I have walked every step with you. I know the prayers you will pray tomorrow, and I have already prepared the answers. I know the needs you have not yet seen, and I have already made provision for them. I know the battles that are yet ahead, and I have already declared your victory. I know the purpose for which I created you, and nothing can take it from you. I know your beginning and your end, and I will perfect all that concerns you. It is written, I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee. I am with you in every moment, in every place, in every circumstance, and my hand is upon you for good. I know the praise that rises from your lips, and I receive it with joy. I know the gratitude that fills your heart when you see my hand at work, and it delights me. I know the longing you have to see my glory, and I will reveal it to you in greater measure. I know the hunger you have for my word, and I will fill you with wisdom and understanding. I know the desire you have to walk closely with me, and I will draw you even nearer. I know the trials that seem too heavy to bear, and I carry them with you. I know the victories you will celebrate, and I will rejoice with you. I know the songs you will sing in the night, and I will join in the melody. I know the love you have for me, and I love you far beyond what you can comprehend. I know the destiny I have prepared for you, and it is full of hope, joy, and eternal glory. You are known, you are seen, and you are loved beyond measure, for you are mine, and I am yours forever. I have paid the full price for your life, and no power can claim you back from my hand. I have called you out of the pit where there was no water, and set your feet upon the solid rock. You are no longer a prisoner to the chains that once held you, for I have broken them by the power of my word. I have taken the record that stood against you, with every accusation and shame, and I have blotted it out with my own blood. It is written, I have blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as a cloud thy sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. You belong to me, and I have marked you with the seal of my Spirit as a sign that you are mine forever. No enemy can buy you back, for the ransom I paid is eternal and unshakable. I have clothed you with garments of salvation and covered you with the robe of righteousness, removing the filthy rags of your past. I have declared you free in the courts of heaven, and the verdict will never be reversed. It is written, Let the redeemed of the Lord say so, whom he hath redeemed from the hand of the enemy. I have brought you out of the dominion of darkness and translated you into the kingdom of light, where life and peace reign. I have silenced the voice of the accuser, for my blood speaks a better word over you, a word of mercy, victory, and eternal acceptance. I know the depth from which I have lifted you, and I know the battles you have faced along the way. Yet my arm has never been too short to save. I have rescued you from the snares set against your life and turned your mourning into dancing. I have removed the cup of trembling from your hand and given you the cup of blessing in its place. It is written, "Ye shall be redeemed without money." You did not buy your freedom with silver or gold, for the treasures of earth could never purchase the worth of your soul. It was my life laid down that purchased you. I have not redeemed you for destruction but for glory, for joy, and for a future filled with hope. I have taken your ashes and given you beauty, your heaviness and given you the oil of gladness. I have loosed the bonds of wickedness, undone the heavy burdens, and set you to walk in liberty. It is written, "He will redeem his soul from going into the pit, and his life shall see the light." I have called you into the light, so that you will no longer walk in shadow, but in the brightness of my presence. The price I paid was once and for all, and there is no second sacrifice needed. My redemption is complete. I have gone before you to remove every curse and every claim that the enemy thought he had against you. I have placed upon you my name, and wherever you go, heaven recognizes you as my own. I have taken away the spirit of fear and given you the spirit of adoption, by which you cry out to me as your Father. I have made you an heir of my promises, and all that belongs to me is yours. It is written, "He shall redeem their soul from deceit and violence, and precious shall their blood be in his sight." I watch over you with the care of one who has paid the highest cost, for you are not cheap in my sight. You are of immeasurable value. I have guarded your life from the destroyer and rebuked the devourer for your sake. I have turned back the tide of judgment and covered you in the shelter of my wings. I have called you by a new name that the world did not give and cannot take away. I have redeemed you not only from sin but from the grip of hopelessness, lifting you to a place where joy overflows and peace abides. It is written, "As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel." My redemption is not a fragile work that can be undone by the storms of life. It is a finished work sealed by my eternal power. I have drawn you out of the waters that sought to drown you, and set you in a place where the waves can no longer reach. I have broken open the prison doors that held your mind and heart captive, and led you into the wide open space of my freedom. I have purchased you for myself, so that you may dwell in my house all the days of your life, and behold my beauty without end. I have taken away the sting of the past, and replaced it with the sweetness of my presence. It is written, "He will redeem Israel from all his iniquities." There is no stain too deep for my blood to cleanse, no chain too strong for my power to break. I have done this not because you were strong enough to reach me, but because my love was strong enough to reach you. I have lifted your head so that you no longer walk bowed down by shame, but stand as one who has been restored. I have made you a sign of my goodness so that others may see and know that I am the one who redeems. I have taken away the old song of sorrow and placed a new song in your mouth, a song of praise to the one who delivers. I have redeemed you so that you may walk in the inheritance I have prepared, an inheritance that cannot be corrupted or stolen. It is written, and the ransomed of the Lord shall return, and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. You will not return empty-handed, for I fill your hands with blessing and your heart with rejoicing. I have sealed your destiny so that no power in heaven or earth can overturn it. I have made a way where there was no way, and I have brought you through the fire without the smell of smoke upon you. I have taken you through the valley of the shadow and led you into the land of the living. I have given you beauty where there was ruin and fruitfulness where there was barrenness. I have written your name upon my hand, and I will never forget you. I have redeemed you to be a witness of my mercy and a carrier of my light in a dark world. I have placed within you the testimony of my faithfulness, and it will speak to generations after you. I have brought you out to bring you in, and nothing will keep you from the fullness of what I have promised. It is written, with him is plenteous redemption. My storehouse of grace and mercy will never run dry, and I will continue to pour it upon you all the days of your life. I have removed the voice of condemnation and replaced it with the voice of acceptance. I have taken you out of the slavery of fear and placed you in the freedom of my love. I have surrounded you with my favor as a shield and covered you with my hand so that no harm can destroy you. I have redeemed you for myself, and my joy in you is great. I have not only saved you from something, but I have saved you for something, a life that reflects my glory and carries my presence. I have made you a vessel of honor, set apart for the Master's use, filled with treasures that will not fade. I have called you to walk with me in the cool of the day and to know the depth of my heart. I have redeemed you from the emptiness of striving and brought you into the rest of knowing that it is finished. You are mine, bought with a price, and kept by my power until the day you see me face to face, and nothing will separate you from my love. I have called you out by name and taken you as my own, setting you apart from the nations and lifting you out of the depths where the enemy thought to keep you bound. I have brought you into my covenant, sealed not with the blood of bulls and goats, but with my own precious blood, shed for the remission of sins and the release of captives. I have gone before you to break the gates of brass and cut in sunder the bars of iron, so that no barrier could remain between you and the inheritance I have prepared. You are no longer a stranger or an outcast, for I have brought you into my household and given you a place at my table where you will feast on the abundance of my grace forever. It is written, for the Lord hath redeemed Jacob, and ransomed him from the hand of him that was stronger than he. I have lifted you from the grip of those who sought to crush your spirit, and I have placed you in the safety of my hand where none can snatch you away. I have called forth rivers in your dry places and turned your wilderness into a fruitful field. I have commanded peace over your life and silenced the storms that rose against you. I have taken away the power of the grave over you and replaced it with the promise of eternal life. I have washed you clean from every stain and remembered your sins no more. I have adorned you with the jewels of salvation and the crown of loving kindness. It is written, I will ransom them from the power of the grave. I will redeem them from death. I have conquered death so that it will never have dominion over you again. I have made you to walk in newness of life, where the past no longer dictates your steps and the future is filled with the light of my promises. I have rescued you from the hand of those who hated you, not because you were strong in your own might, but because my love would not let you go. I have shielded you from the plots of destruction and turned the weapons formed against you into instruments of your testimony. I have spoken over you words of life that will not return to me void, but will accomplish all I have purposed for you. It is written, He brought me up also out of an horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings. I have established you so that no wind of adversity will uproot you, and I have made you a planting of righteousness to display my splendor. I have redeemed your time, restoring what the locusts have eaten and multiplying the fruit of your labor. I have set before you doors that no one can shut, and I have closed the doors that would lead to harm. I have placed you in the shadow of my wings, where you are safe from the arrows that fly by day and the pestilence that walks in darkness. I have strengthened your hands for the work I have called you to, and I have anointed you with oil so that your cup overflows. It is written, Thou hast redeemed me, O Lord God of truth. I have done this in truth, for my word stands forever, and my promises do not fail. I have gone into the depths to bring you out, and I have gone into the heights to prepare a place for you. I have given you a name and an identity that the world cannot tarnish, for I have written it in the Lamb's book of life. I have exchanged your captivity for freedom, your sorrow for joy, and your heaviness for a garment of praise. I have commanded blessings over you that will pursue you and overtake you. I have redeemed you from the curse, so that the blessing of my covenant rests upon you without measure. It is written, Fear not, for I have redeemed thee, I have called thee by thy name, thou art mine. I have called you mine in the presence of heaven and earth, and I have set my seal upon you so that every realm knows to whom you belong. I have carried you through fire and water, and brought you into a wealthy place. I have redeemed you from the aimless path, and set you on the highway of holiness, where nothing unclean will hinder your journey. I have placed in your mouth the word of reconciliation, so that you might proclaim the freedom you have received. I have built a hedge around you so that the destroyer cannot cross. I have placed my angels to encamp round about you, and they minister to you because you are an heir of salvation. I have filled you with my Spirit so that you are never without my presence, and I have given you discernment so that you will not stumble in darkness. I have redeemed you for fellowship with me, so that you may know my heart and walk in the rhythm of my will. I have delivered you from the emptiness that once consumed you, and filled you with rivers of living water that flow from within you. I have redeemed you from fear, and given you courage to face every battle, for I go before you as a mighty warrior. It is written, Blessed be the Lord God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. I have visited you in your low places, and lifted you into my presence. I have placed a song in your heart that cannot be silenced by the noise of the world. I have redeemed you from confusion and given you a sound mind, so that your thoughts are stayed on me. I have redeemed your purpose, so that what the enemy meant for harm is now a testimony of my goodness. I have redeemed your voice, so that when you speak, life is released. I have redeemed your hands, so that what you touch prospers in alignment with my will. I have redeemed your path, so that your steps are ordered and your feet are like hinds' feet, able to stand on high places. I have redeemed you from loneliness by surrounding you with my presence that will never depart from you. I have redeemed you from shame, lifting your face so that you look upon me without fear. I have redeemed your nights with dreams and visions that speak of my plans for you. I have redeemed your mornings with mercies that are new every day. I have redeemed you from being a wanderer to being a builder in my kingdom. I have redeemed your name from reproach so that it is associated with my goodness and my covenant. I have redeemed you from despair by filling you with unshakable hope. I have redeemed your seasons so that each one works together for your good. I have redeemed your story so that it reveals my glory at every chapter. I have redeemed your battles so that each victory becomes a banner to my faithfulness. I have redeemed you from the voice of the stranger so that you hear only my voice and follow me. I have redeemed you from brokenness by making you whole. I have redeemed you from weakness by being your strength. I have redeemed you from being forgotten by engraving you on the palms of my hands. I have redeemed you from uncertainty by establishing you in my unchanging word. I have redeemed you from darkness so that you walk as a child of light. I have redeemed you from the power of sin so that you live in the liberty of my spirit. I have redeemed you from the dominion of the enemy so that you reign with me. I have redeemed you from striving by giving you my rest. I have redeemed you from emptiness by filling you with the fullness of my joy. I have redeemed you for myself, and nothing in heaven, on earth, or under the earth can undo what I have done. I have chosen you from among many, lifting you from the dust and seating you with princes. I have called you into the place where doors open before you without resistance. For I have gone ahead to make the crooked paths straight and the rough places plain. I have spoken concerning you in the courts of heaven, and the decree has gone forth that you will walk under an open heaven where blessings pursue you and overtake you. It is written, "For thou, Lord, wilt bless the righteous. With favor wilt thou compass him as with a shield." I have surrounded you so completely with my favor that even in places where others are denied, you will be welcomed. I have caused your name to be spoken in rooms you have not entered, and your presence to be anticipated in places you have not yet reached. I have placed upon you the fragrance of my presence, so that where you go, the atmosphere shifts in your favor. I have placed in the hearts of kings and rulers a willingness to extend to you what they would withhold from others. I have commanded the earth to yield to you its increase, and I have caused the heavens to rain down abundance upon your life. I have appointed helpers, advocates, and laborers to come alongside you, not because you called for them, but because I have moved them on your behalf. I have written your story so that even your delays will work as setups for greater acceleration, and your disappointments will transform into divine appointments. It is written, For thou hast made him most blessed forever, thou hast made him exceeding glad with thy countenance. My countenance shines upon you, and my hand is stretched over you for good. I have crowned you with loving kindness and tender mercies, so that even when you pass through storms, the sun of my favor does not set upon you. I have caused your labors to yield beyond what is natural, multiplying your seed sown and causing the fruit to remain. I have spoken to those in authority to remember you for good, and I have whispered into the hearts of strangers to be generous towards you. I have ordained divine alignments where people and opportunities meet you at the exact time you need them. I have hidden you under the shadow of my wings until the appointed time, and when that time comes, no voice will be able to silence the announcement I make over your life. I have given you the tongue of the learned to speak with wisdom that astonishes those who hear you, and I have given you favor in their sight, so that your words carry weight and influence. It is written, The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. I turn hearts towards you in kindness, even those who once stood against you. I have placed in your path divine resources that you did not labor for, houses you did not build, and vineyards you did not plant. I have caused your name to be cleared where it was spoken against, and I have lifted the veil of misunderstanding so that truth shines forth on your behalf. I have granted you the ability to accomplish in a short time what others labor for years to attain. For my favor brings acceleration without toil. I have decreed that the works of your hands are established, and I have breathed upon your efforts so that they carry the fragrance of success. I have assigned angels to guard the way before you and ensure that nothing hinders the manifestation of my promises in your life. I have wrapped you in garments of honor, so that wherever you step, the dignity of my presence goes with you. I have spoken to the elements to cooperate with you. The wind will carry your blessings swiftly, the rain will water your seed, and the sun will not smite you by day. It is written, Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord, and whose hope the Lord is. Because you have placed your trust in me, I have caused even what seems impossible to bow to the authority of my word over your life. I have opened your eyes to see opportunities hidden in plain sight, and I have trained your hands to gather the treasures I lay before you. I have removed the spirit of heaviness and replaced it with joy that will draw favor to you like a magnet. I have placed a hedge of protection around all that concerns you so that the devourer cannot touch the fruit of your labor. I have commanded the blessing to rest upon your storehouses and upon all that you set your hand to do. I have placed you in the hearts of those who will speak your name in places of decision and power. I have caused you to rise when others fall, to be remembered when others are forgotten, and to be celebrated when others are ignored. I have hidden you in the secret place until the appointed time, and now I bring you forth as a polished arrow from my quiver. It is written, For the Lord God is a sun and shield, the Lord will give grace and glory. No good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. My goodness will pursue you until you are overwhelmed, and my favor will create pathways where there were none. I have ordained your life to be a testimony that my grace makes a difference, that those who walk with me will never be put to shame. I have taken your small beginnings and am bringing them into a great increase. I have caused your influence to spread beyond your current reach, touching nations and generations yet unborn. I have caused your voice to carry beyond borders, and your light to shine in places you never imagined. I have ensured that your needs are met even before you speak them, for I know what you require and delight in supplying it abundantly. I have surrounded you with songs of deliverance so that even in times of challenge, you are never without a reason to rejoice. I have caused your enemies to be at peace with you, and those who sought to harm you to become instruments in my hand for your promotion. I have made your name like a key that opens doors in the natural and in the spirit. I have placed you in a position where your presence releases blessing to those around you, and they will know it is because my favor rests upon you. I have written your days in my book, and each one is filled with tokens of my loving kindness. I have caused the seasons to work together for your advancement, so that nothing is wasted and every moment carries the potential for increase. I have aligned your path with destiny helpers who will recognize the grace upon your life and serve in the fulfillment of my plans for you. I have given you dreams and visions that are too great for you to accomplish alone, so that you may see my power at work and give me glory. I have lifted you above the limitations of your background, your past, and your circumstances, for my favor is the banner over you. I have caused your cup to run over, and I will keep pouring until you overflow into the lives of many. It is written, "Thou shalt be blessed when thou comest in, and blessed when thou goest out." You are blessed in your rising and in your resting, in your speaking and in your silence, in your planting and in your reaping. I have made you a sign and a wonder, so that all who see you will know that my hand is upon you for good. I have filled your life with evidence that I am faithful, and I will not stop until every promise I have spoken over you is fulfilled in full measure. You are the one upon whom my eyes continually rest, and I take pleasure in prospering you. I have caused the gates of opportunity to swing wide before you, and have sealed the decree that no adversary can shut what I have opened. I have placed a fragrance upon your life that draws goodness to you, and I have made your presence a signal of blessing wherever you go. I have whispered your name in the ears of those who will remember you when decisions are made, and I have caused the sound of your steps to be accompanied by the sound of favor. I have prepared places for you where your hands will not labor in vain, and your investments will return in abundance beyond measure. It is written, "Thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath." I have lifted you into places where influence flows, and I have ensured that the works of your hands will be sought after and celebrated. I have surrounded your life with the shield of my approval, so that even in hostile territory, you are received with honor. I have placed you in the company of the wise and the great, not as an observer, but as one with a voice that matters. I have stirred hearts to be generous towards you, and I have moved circumstances to favor your steps. I have set before you divine appointments that will connect you to streams of provision and rivers of opportunity. I have planted you in a fertile land, and I have commanded that the rains fall upon you in due season. It is written, "And I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places." I have stored for you blessings that others cannot see until I place them in your hands. I have placed in your spirit the ability to discern the moments when favor is being released so that you can step into them without hesitation. I have set you apart as one whose story will carry the mark of divine acceleration, where years of waiting will be swallowed by sudden fulfillment. I have touched your countenance with the light of my glory, so that those who look upon you will see the reflection of my goodness. I have spoken into the earth to yield her fruit for you, and into the heavens to release the dew that nourishes your increase. I have caused even your mistakes to be woven into the tapestry of your promotion. I have drawn people of influence to recognize your value, and I have caused your voice to be heard above the noise of the crowd. I have gone before you into negotiations, into meetings, and into conversations, planting favor in the hearts of those you will encounter. I have placed a seal of grace upon your name so that when it is mentioned, it is met with respect and delight. I have caused my presence to rest upon your dwelling so that all who enter will feel the atmosphere of peace and abundance. I have extended your borders and expanded your influence so that your reach goes beyond what you imagined. It is written, "I will plant them in this land assuredly with my whole heart and with my whole soul." My commitment to your increase is unshakable, and my joy in blessing you is without end. I have orchestrated events so that what seemed like detours became the very roads that led you to favor. I have placed in your hands skills, wisdom, and understanding that open doors no human effort could force open. I have aligned your life with divine timing so that you will not miss the moment of my release. I have ordered your steps to be in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people with the right words. I have caused your reputation to be guarded so that slander cannot hold you down and false accusations fall powerless. I have surrounded your children and your generations with the same favor that rests upon you. For I bless not only you but the lineage that comes from you. I have anointed your voice to speak into places of power and to shift decisions in your favor. I have placed upon you a garment of honor so that shame will never have a place in your story. I have commanded the ground you walk upon to yield its strength to you, and the air around you to carry the sound of my goodness. I have connected your name to my covenant so that when they see you, they see the faithfulness of your God. I have kept you through storms so that your testimony will be that my favor never departed from you. I have arranged for blessings to meet you unexpectedly, coming from directions you did not look towards. I have caused those who once resisted you to now assist you, and those who ignored you to now seek your counsel. I have made your hands fruitful in everything they touch, and I have multiplied the works of your mind so that your ideas bring increase. I have sent my angels to go ahead of you, clearing the way so that every step is on prepared ground. I have established you as a source of blessing to others, and I have ensured that as you pour out, I will pour in more. I have caused your resources never to run dry, and your table never to lack bread. I have hidden for you opportunities in unlikely places so that you will marvel when I reveal them. It is written, "And all these blessings shall come on thee, and overtake thee." I have made it so that you will not have to chase what I have ordained for you, for my goodness runs faster than you do. I have put songs in your mouth as signs of the joy I release, and I have made your path one of continual light. I have set my banner over you as love, and I have caused the fragrance of that love to attract honor to your life. I have given you rest from endless striving by making your labor light and your harvest heavy. I have caused your life to speak louder than your words, so that those who watch you will see the evidence of my hand. I have written your name on the palms of my hands, and I have declared that you will never be forgotten. I have brought you into alignment with seasons of unusual increase, where the results you see cannot be explained by human logic. I have released upon you a fresh wind that propels you forward into the places I have promised. I have ensured that every promise I have made to you will be fulfilled without delay, for my timing is perfect. I have secured for you the support of those who will stand with you in the fulfillment of your destiny. I have removed the barriers that limited those before you so that you will go further and rise higher. I have filled your life with signs that my covenant is unbreakable and that my favor is without measure. I have given you joy in the journey and peace in the process, knowing that the end is already determined for your good. I have ensured that the sound of laughter will be heard in your dwelling, and the fragrance of plenty will fill your storehouses. I have drawn kings to the brightness of your rising, and nations to the light of what I have placed in you. I have given you wisdom to handle abundance and grace to steward influence. I have placed in your heart the assurance that no good thing will be withheld from you, and I have filled your days with the evidence of my unfailing love. I have breathed my spirit into you and filled your heart with the strength that comes from me alone. You are not fragile, for I have clothed you with the armor of light, and I have made your soul steadfast in the face of storms. You walk in the power of my name, and the shadows that rise against you are scattered by the fire that goes before you. I have established your footing so that you will not slip, and I have trained your hands for battle and your fingers for war. It is written, "Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest." I have placed within you the heart of a lion, unmoved by the roar of the enemy, because you know the sound of my voice. I have gone ahead of you into every place you will step, and I have driven out the forces that sought to oppose you. I have wrapped you in the shield of faith that quenches every fiery dart, and I have caused your eyes to see beyond what frightens the natural mind. I have spoken into your spirit, saying that you will tread upon the high places and stand where others feared to go. I have placed my word in your mouth as a sword, and it will pierce through every lie and silence every voice that rises against the truth I have spoken over you. It is written, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, For I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. I have not called you to shrink back, for you are born of the incorruptible seed that does not yield to fear. I have given you authority to trample on serpents and scorpions, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. I have declared that the mountains in your path will become plains, and the walls that block your way will fall before you. I have infused you with the courage to speak truth when silence is easier, and to stand when others fall. I have set your face like flint so that ridicule will not sway you and threats will not move you. I have marked your journey with victories that will be spoken of for generations, because they will see that my hand has done this. It is written, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? I have lifted you above the reach of terror, for my presence surrounds you as a fortress. I have called you to walk through the valley and come out with spoils, for the darkness cannot overcome the light I have placed within you. I have made you unshakable, for you are anchored in my truth, and no storm can uproot you. I have given you songs of deliverance to sing in the night, and I have caused your praises to shake the prison doors open. I have not left you to face the battle alone, for I have sent my hosts before you, and they go forth in strength on your behalf. I have commanded creation to work with you, and I have decreed that even in the midst of the fiercest trial, you will rise unharmed. It is written, "When thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers, they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. I have anointed your feet to move swiftly when courage demands action, and I have caused your steps to be sure when caution is needed. I have built within you the resolve to stand in truth, even when it costs you, because I have shown you the eternal reward that awaits you. I have strengthened your voice to declare my word in places where it has been silenced, and I have made you a witness that cannot be hidden. I have poured into you the spirit of boldness that speaks with wisdom and acts with discernment. I have guarded your heart from despair, for I have set before you a hope that cannot be shaken. I have made you as a fortified city, and your walls are salvation. I have placed you on the battlefield knowing that victory is already yours, and I have whispered into your spirit that retreat is not your portion. It is written, "Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord." I have called you to lead when others hesitate, to step forward when the crowd steps back. I have given you the vision to see beyond the immediate struggle to the glory that is coming. I have caused you to rise in the face of adversity, and I have decreed that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. I have made you an overcomer, not in name only, but in every step you take and in every battle you fight. I have placed your trust in me as your shield, and I have promised that you will not be put to shame. I have made your courage contagious, so that others who see you will find their own strength to stand. I have filled your story with moments where the odds were against you, yet victory was certain because I was with you. I have trained you to look at the giant and see the victory, to hear the threat and remember the promise, to feel the shaking and still stand firm. It is written, "Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart." Wait, I say, on the Lord. I have built in you the patience to endure and the faith to act when the time comes. I have surrounded you with my peace so that even in battle, your heart is calm. I have made your endurance a testimony and your boldness a light. I have assured you that the same power that raised me from the dead is the power that strengthens you, and nothing can withstand it. I have given you the ability to run and not be weary, to walk and not faint. I have opened your eyes to see the hosts of heaven that fight for you, so you will know you are never alone. I have made you steadfast in the day of trouble and radiant in the day of triumph. I have poured my Spirit upon you so that your courage does not fade but grows with every challenge. I have decreed that your story will be one of victory after victory, for you will never face a battle that I have not already overcome. I have appointed you to stand in places where fear once ruled, and I have breathed into you a spirit that rises to meet the challenge without trembling. I have gone before you to break the teeth of those who roar against you, and I have covered you with my hand so that the arrow that flies by day will not touch you. The courage I have given you is rooted in the knowledge of who I am and my unchanging faithfulness toward you. You walk under the shadow of my wings, and in that covering there is no ground for dread. I have decreed that the obstacles before you are stepping stones, and that the walls meant to stop you will serve as the platform for your testimony. I have placed my strength within your weakness so that even in your lowest moments, you will rise and astonish those who thought you had fallen. It is written, "The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace." I have ordained that in the moments where your voice seems small, the echo of my promise in your spirit will roar louder than any threat. I have caused the ground to hold firm under your feet so that you do not sink when the floods rise. I have made you fearless in the face of powers and principalities because you carry my authority. I have given you the ability to move forward without hesitation, knowing that my word has already cleared the way. I have instructed the storms to obey my command over your life, and I have told the waves they may roar, but they cannot overtake you. I have placed upon you the mantle of leadership in battle, for others will draw strength from the way you advance without turning back. I have whispered to your heart in the silence of the night, and reminded you that you are chosen for such a time as this. It is written, "Be not afraid of sudden fear, neither of the desolation of the wicked, when it cometh. For the Lord shall be thy confidence, and shall keep thy foot from being taken." I have fortified your heart so that intimidation will lose its voice when it speaks to you. I have made your resolve like the foundation of the mountains, unyielding to the winds of adversity. I have aligned your steps so precisely that no trap set for you can succeed, for I have already made a way of escape before the snare was laid. I have declared over you that your courage will silence the lies of the accuser and dismantle the strategies of the enemy. I have wrapped you in garments of strength so that you move through hostile ground untouched. I have ensured that the fire of opposition will only refine you and never consume you. I have spoken that the light within you will not dim in the presence of darkness, but will instead blaze brighter, drawing others to my glory. I have called you to speak when fear says be silent, and I have given you words that carry the weight of heaven's authority. It is written, "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that fleeth by day. I have built you to stand through long battles without weariness, because my joy sustains you. I have poured into you the discernment to see the enemy's movements before they form, so you will be ready with victory already in hand. I have filled you with the kind of bravery that stands even when you are outnumbered, because you know that those who are with you are greater than those who oppose you. I have made your faith a shield that covers every side, and no opening can be found for the enemy to exploit. I have given you the wisdom to walk boldly but not recklessly, to act with power but also with precision. I have set angels on your path to guard you in every step, and they will lift you up lest you stumble. I have given you the kind of endurance that remains steadfast in the heat of the trial, for you are anchored to me, the unshakable rock. I have commanded creation itself to serve my purpose for you, so that even in the wilderness you will find streams of provision. It is written, "Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest." I have given you the confidence to face the unknown, because the one who knows all walks beside you. I have poured over you my peace, so that the clamor of war cannot steal your focus. I have appointed victories for you in places where defeat was expected, and I have marked your life as a testimony of my might. I have shaped you to remain upright when others bow, to keep moving when others turn back, to keep believing when others give up. I have set your heart to beat in rhythm with my will, so that every decision you make in courage aligns with the destiny I have written for you. I have called you to rise above the intimidation of men and the schemes of darkness, for my spirit in you is greater than all that is against you. I have instructed your hands for action and your mind for strategy, and both will work together to bring forth the victories I have already ordained. I have placed in you the kind of courage that is not shaken by delay, for you know that my timing is perfect and my promises are sure. I have built you to see the battle through to the end and not stop halfway. I have given you the assurance that no matter how fierce the fight, you will emerge standing, for I have upheld you by my righteous hand. I have ordained that the courage you walk in will not only deliver you, but will also bring freedom to those bound around you. I have decreed that your testimony will strengthen nations and inspire generations to trust in me without fear. I have poured my spirit into you so fully that timidity cannot dwell in your heart. I have spoken victory over you before the conflict began, and I have placed my banner over you so that all will know you belong to me. I have surrounded you with my glory as a wall of fire, and the enemy cannot breach it. I have set your eyes to see beyond the natural, so you may walk with the confidence of one who knows the outcome before the fight begins. I have covered you in my favor, so that the gates that were closed will open, and the paths that were hidden will be revealed. It is written, "In the day when I cried, thou answeredst me, and strengthenedst me with strength in my soul." I have assured you that your courage is not in vain, for every step you take in boldness for my name carries eternal weight. I have made your life a demonstration of the truth that with me, nothing is impossible, and no force can stand against the one who trusts fully in my power. I have filled you with unshakable confidence in my love, so that even when the ground shakes, you will not move. I have declared over you that your end will be greater than your beginning, and that the victories ahead of you will far outweigh the trials behind you. I have appointed you as a carrier of hope, and everywhere you go, your courage will plant seeds of faith that will grow into forests of righteousness. I have promised that you will never walk alone into any battle, for I am your shield, your strength, and your exceeding great reward. I formed you in the secret place, and I knew you before your first breath, shaping every detail of your being to carry my image. I have written your name on the palms of my hands, and no force can blot it out. I have placed you in the center of my heart, and my love toward you is everlasting. It is written, "Yeah, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore with loving kindness have I drawn thee." You are not a fleeting thought or a temporary dwelling. You are my chosen possession, and I delight to call you my own. I have encircled you with my presence like a wall of fire, and I dwell within you as your constant light. The earth may shake, kingdoms may fall, and the skies may grow dark, but my covenant over you cannot be broken. I have claimed you as my inheritance, and I will never forsake what belongs to me. When the enemy seeks to accuse you, I stand as your advocate, declaring before all creation that you are redeemed and uncondemned. I have carried you through waters that threatened to overwhelm you, and I have walked beside you in the flames so they could not consume you. I have gathered your tears and turned them into rivers of joy, for nothing you have endured is wasted in my hands. It is written, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. I have bound myself to you with a love stronger than death, and I will never loosen that bond. You are mine when the sun rises and mine when the night falls. You are mine in the valley and mine on the mountaintop. I have given my life as the price for your soul, and there is no greater proof that you belong to me. I have clothed you in garments of salvation and adorned you with the robe of my righteousness, so that no stain of sin can be found on you in my sight. I have spoken over you that you are a crown of glory in my hand, and a royal diadem in the palm of your God. When others see weakness, I see the beauty of my workmanship, perfected in the power of my grace. It is written, "I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand." I have set you in a place where my mercy continually flows toward you, and my goodness follows you all the days of your life. I have assigned angels to guard your path, so that nothing can snatch you from the covering of my care. I have anchored your soul in my promises, and even the strongest winds cannot uproot you from me. I have made my spirit your constant companion, teaching you, guiding you, and reminding you of all I have spoken. You are my dwelling place, and I take joy in walking with you daily. I have taken away the shame that once marked you and replaced it with honor that cannot be stolen. You are mine in your youth and mine in your old age. You are mine in strength and mine in weakness. I have prepared a place for you in my eternal home, and nothing can close the door I have opened for you. It is written, "The mountains shall depart, and the hills be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed." I have engraved your life into my eternal plan, and no hand can alter the design I have crafted. I walk before you to prepare the way, beside you to be your companion, and behind you to guard your steps. I rejoice over you with singing, for you are the joy of my heart. I have set my banner of love over you so that all will know you belong to me. I have spoken promises over your life that will stand through every season, for my word does not return void. You are mine when the road is clear, and mine when it is uncertain, mine in victory and mine in battle. I have called you a living stone in my house, and I have fitted you perfectly into the place I designed for you. I have marked you as a citizen of my kingdom, and your name is recorded in the book of life. It is written, "I will betroth thee unto me forever. Yea, I will betroth thee unto me in righteousness, and in judgment, and in loving kindness, and in mercies. I have taken you by the hand, and will not let go. For you are precious in my sight, and honored in my love. I have given you a seat at my table, and you will feast with me in the kingdom I have prepared. I have given you my Spirit as the guarantee that every word I have spoken concerning you will be fulfilled. You are my vineyard, and I tend you carefully so that you may bear fruit that remains. I have called you my treasure, hidden and protected, kept for the fullness of my purpose. You are mine not only for a moment but for all eternity, and nothing can sever the bond between us. I have chosen to dwell among my people, and in you I have made my home. I have placed my name upon you, and wherever you go, you carry the mark of my ownership. It is written, "They shall be my people, and I will be their God, and I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them and of their children after them. I have built you up as a pillar in my temple, and you will never be removed. I have crowned you with loving kindness and tender mercies, and my thoughts toward you are more than the sands of the sea. I have made you the object of my affection, and I am jealous over you with a holy jealousy. You are the apple of my eye, and I will protect you as such. I have watched over you in the night and spoken to you in dreams. I have gone ahead of you in the day and cleared the way for your steps. I have caused all things to work together for your good, for you are called according to my purpose. You are mine when you understand, and mine when you question, mine when you rejoice, and mine when you weep. I have written your story with my own hand, and every chapter is held together by my faithfulness. I have promised never to leave you nor forsake you, and my promises are certain. I have prepared glory for you that far outweighs the trials you endure, for your end is secure in me. It is written, I will never leave thee, nor forsake thee. I have set you as a light in the midst of darkness, and through you my glory will be seen. I have called you my child, and that title will never be revoked. You are mine forever, and I will keep you until the day you stand before me in the fullness of my kingdom. I have surrounded you with my everlasting presence, and the shadow of my wings is your covering in all generations. I have claimed you from among the nations and brought you into my fold, where none can harm you. You are mine when the winds of trial blow fiercely, for I hold you securely in the hollow of my hand. I have made a covenant with you in my own blood, and this covenant is unbreakable and eternal. I have given you a place in my household, and you will dwell with me all your days. It is written, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. I have called you to walk in the light of my countenance, and I will not allow the darkness to prevail over you. I have planted you beside rivers of living water, and your roots will never dry up. I have chosen you to display my splendor, and the works I perform in your life will glorify my name. I have counted the very hairs of your head, and I keep watch over every step you take. I have given you a name that only I know fully, a name that speaks of my love and your eternal belonging to me. When others turn away, I remain steadfast. When others forget, I remember you continually. You are mine in the morning light and mine when the stars shine, for my presence never departs from you. I have clothed you with strength for the journey and equipped you for every battle you will face. I have anointed your head with oil, and your cup overflows with my goodness. It is written, I will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. I have opened the gates of righteousness for you to enter, and there you will find safety and peace. I have drawn you into my secret place, where the noise of the world cannot reach you. I have spoken over you words of blessing that will not return empty, and every promise I have made will come to pass. I have preserved your life from destruction and lifted you from the pit, so that you may walk in newness of life. I have commanded my angels to guard you in all your ways, and they bear you up so that no harm will overtake you. I have called you beloved, and that name will echo throughout eternity. I have placed you in the company of saints and surrounded you with a cloud of witnesses who rejoice over your faith. I have poured out my Spirit on you so that you may know the depth of my heart and walk in my truth. I have placed a seal upon your forehead, a mark that declares to all powers and principalities that you belong to me. It is written, for this God is our God forever and ever. He will be our guide even unto death. I have taken hold of your right hand and lead you through paths you do not yet understand, for my wisdom is higher than yours. I have chosen you before the foundation of the world and set my affection upon you, not for a season, but for eternity. You are mine when you are strong and mine when you are weary, for my strength is made perfect in your weakness. I have given you songs in the night to remind you of my nearness, and joy comes with the morning as a testament to my faithfulness. I have carried you on eagle's wings to heights you could never reach on your own, and I will continue to lift you above the storms. I have declared that you are my inheritance, and I will not give you to another. I have appointed you as a vessel of honor, fit for the Master's use, and I have refined you through the fire so that you shine with the beauty of holiness. I have written your story with my own hand, and it is filled with my goodness and mercy. It is written, Ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, an holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should shew forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. I have spoken life over you, and that life will never be taken away. I have placed you in the palm of my hand, and none can snatch you away. I have given you a heritage of peace, and your borders are secure under my watch. I have delighted in you as a bridegroom delights in his bride, and my joy over you is unending. I have drawn you close with cords of love and bound you to myself with unbreakable ties. I have taken away the reproach of your past and replaced it with the honor of my presence. I have called you the salt of the earth and the light of the world, for you bear my image wherever you go. I have prepared a place for you among my sons and daughters, where you will reign with me forever. I have placed my words in your mouth, so that you may speak life to the weary and hope to the broken-hearted. I have poured my love into your heart until it overflows to all around you. It is written, As the mountains are round about Jerusalem, so the Lord is round about his people from henceforth, even forever. I have gone before you to make the crooked places straight, and to level the mountains in your path. I have filled your hands with the tools you need to fulfill the calling I have placed upon your life. I have set my joy before you as your strength, and no one can take it away. I have lifted you above the accusations of the enemy, for the blood I shed speaks a better word over you. I have set you apart for myself and sanctified you with my truth. I have made you a sign and a wonder to those who see your life, for they will know that you are mine. I have placed a hedge of protection around you that no evil can breach. I have taken your mourning and turned it into dancing, your ashes into beauty, and your heaviness into garments of praise. I have made you an heir of my kingdom and a joint heir with my Son, sharing in all the riches of my glory. I have called you by name, and you have answered. Now you will walk with me all the days of your life and into eternity. I have pledged myself to you in faithfulness, and I will never break that pledge. I have given you access to my throne of grace, where you may come boldly and find mercy in every time of need. It is written, And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from them, to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts, that they shall not depart from me. I have kept you as the apple of my eye, and hidden you under the shadow of my wings. I have chosen to reveal my mysteries to you, for you are not a stranger but my friend. I have placed you in the center of my will, where no scheme of the enemy can reach you. I have spoken peace into your storms and commanded stillness into the waves that threatened you. I have rejoiced over you with singing and quieted you with my love. I have written your name in the Lamb's book of life, and it will remain there for all eternity. I have made you a dwelling place for my Spirit, and I take joy in abiding within you. I have promised you an eternal inheritance that will never fade or perish, kept in heaven for you. I have bound myself to you in covenant love, and nothing in all creation can separate you from me. You are mine forever, and I will hold you close until the day you see me face to face, when faith will give way to sight. And you will know fully the depth of my love that has been yours for all eternity. I have set my seal upon you so that all creation will know you belong to me, and I have entrusted you with the ministry of reconciliation to bring others into fellowship with me. You are my voice among the nations, declaring the good news of my kingdom and showing forth my nature through your words, your actions, and the posture of your heart. I have given you authority to trample upon serpents and scorpions, and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. You have been chosen to stand as a witness to my resurrection power, to testify not only with your lips but with the evidence of a transformed life. It is written, "Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven." I have equipped you with wisdom from above, so that you may discern the hearts of men, and speak in season to those who are weary. My Spirit within you will give you utterance, and I will open doors that no man can shut, so that my message will go forth without hindrance. You are the salt of the earth, preserving righteousness in a decaying world, and through you I will display my mercy to those who have not yet tasted my grace. I have placed my word in your mouth like a fire, and it will consume the lies of the enemy and bring warmth to the cold-hearted. You will walk among those in darkness, and they will see a great light, for I have sent you as a reflection of my glory. It is written, "As my Father hath sent me, even so send I you." I have appointed you to stand in the gap for the lost, to intercede for them as I intercede for you before the Father. Through you I will comfort the broken-hearted, proclaim liberty to the captives, and open the eyes of those who are blind. You will carry my compassion into the streets, into the homes, and into the nations, and those who encounter you will encounter me. I will put the right words on your tongue when you stand before rulers and leaders, and you will not speak from your own wisdom but from my Spirit. The testimony you carry is not your own but mine, for I live within you and I speak through you. It is written, "Ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem, and in all Judea, and in Samaria, and unto the uttermost part of the earth." I have made you a sign to this generation that my love is still reaching out, and my mercy is still extended. I will cause kings to listen, and the humble to rejoice at the words you speak. I have made your life a letter, known and read by all people, written not with ink but with the Spirit of the living God. You are a vessel of honor, carrying the treasure of my gospel in earthen vessels, so that the excellence of the power may be of God and not of you. I have placed you on a hill that cannot be hidden, and your testimony will be heard by those near and far. Your steps are ordered by me, and every place the sole of your foot treads upon, I have given to you as a place for my influence to spread. You will speak into desolate places, and they will blossom again, for I have made you a carrier of life. It is written, Go ye into all the world, and preach the gospel to every creature. I have placed a fire in your bones that will not be quenched, a zeal for my house and my kingdom that will drive you to go where others will not go. You will be my hands to heal the sick, my feet to carry good news to the poor, and my voice to proclaim freedom to those enslaved by sin. The authority I have given you is not just for defense, but for advancing my kingdom. The nations will know that I am the Lord because of the work I do through you. Your life will be a continual proclamation that the King reigns and his kingdom has no end. I will surround you with divine appointments so that you may speak into the exact moments I have prepared, and no word I give you will fall to the ground. It is written, The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into his harvest. You are my laborer, and I have anointed you for this work with fresh oil. You will speak to the weary, and their strength will be renewed. You will speak to the hopeless, and they will rise with joy. You will carry my authority in places of spiritual conflict, and darkness will flee at the sound of my name on your lips. Your life will be a bridge that connects the lost to their Redeemer, and I will cause your words to pierce hearts and bring conviction that leads to repentance. You will not go alone, for I am with you always, and my presence will be the power that confirms the words you speak. It is written, The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the broken-hearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised. I have called you to be steadfast and immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that your labor in me is never in vain. You will endure trials and opposition, but you will not be shaken, for I have made you as a fortified city and a pillar of truth. I will send you to the highways and the hedges, and you will compel them to come in, so that my house may be full. Your speech will be seasoned with grace, and your words will drip with the wisdom that comes from my Spirit. I will cause you to see people as I see them, and your heart will be moved with compassion as mine is. You will walk in humility, yet the authority upon you will be evident to all. It is written, Freely ye have received, freely give. What you carry is not for yourself, but for the nations, and I will multiply the seed you sow so that it bears fruit in abundance. You will be a light in the darkest valleys, a voice of hope in the midst of despair, and a messenger of peace in the midst of conflict. When you feel weary, I will renew your strength. When you feel alone, I will remind you that all of heaven stands with you. I will crown your efforts with success in my timing, and you will see the fruit of your labor and rejoice. I will cause the work of your hands to prosper, and the testimony of your life will be that you have been with Jesus. You are my ambassador, and every word, every action, and every step you take will declare that the King is alive. His kingdom is here, and his love is reaching to the ends of the earth. You are a living testament that I have come into the world to save and to seek that which was lost, and through you many will come to the knowledge of the truth. I have placed within you the treasures of my wisdom and the boldness of my spirit, so that you will not be afraid to stand before kings, rulers, and the mighty of the earth, proclaiming the counsel of the Lord without fear. You will be clothed with righteousness as a garment, and your speech will be as the dew that refreshes the weary ground. It is written, "The Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it." I will cause you to be one of those who carry my word with faithfulness, untainted by the corruption of the world and unmoved by the opinions of men. My anointing will rest upon you continually, empowering you to declare my works in season and out of season, and to reprove, exhort, and comfort with all patience and instruction. Your footsteps will be like those of one who brings glad tidings, and the beauty of your obedience will draw many to the hope of salvation. I have given you the tongue of the learned to speak to the broken-hearted, the oil of gladness to pour upon the mourning, and the authority to silence the voice of the accuser. It is written, "How beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publisheth peace, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publisheth salvation." I will keep your heart steadfast in the truth, so that you will not be swayed by false doctrines or deceiving spirits. You will be as a tree planted by the rivers of water, bearing fruit in your season, and whose leaf does not wither. For your roots will drink deeply from the river of my presence. You will proclaim liberty to the enslaved by sin, restoration to those whose faith has been shaken, and healing to those wounded in spirit. Your voice will carry the authority of my word, and your hands will carry the evidence of my works. You will not be hidden away, for I have set you as a light to the nations, and kings will be drawn to the brightness of your rising. It is written, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee." I have surrounded you with my favor as a shield, and I will open paths for you, even in lands you have not known. My Spirit will go before you to prepare the hearts of those who will hear you, and your message will not return void, but will accomplish what I please. You will be my standard-bearer in the midst of a generation that has turned its heart from me, and your life will be a reminder that I am still calling men and women back to myself. I will teach you how to answer the mocker with grace, how to stand firm in adversity, and how to comfort the weak without compromising the truth. Your life will demonstrate the reality of my resurrection, for my power will be evident in all you do. It is written, "Ye are our epistle written in our hearts, known and read of all men." You will walk with the authority of one sent from the throne of God, and every demon will recognize the seal of my Spirit upon you. I will place you before those who are ready to receive, and I will give you discernment to recognize the doors I open. No opposition will prevail against you, for I have made your face like flint, and I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. You will not be shaken by the storm, for I am your anchor, and I will steady your steps even on the waters. It is written, "Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. I have put a message in your heart that will pierce the darkness, and you will speak with such clarity that even the most hardened hearts will be stirred. My Spirit will be your constant companion, giving you words when you stand before multitudes and when you speak quietly to one soul. I will fill your mouth with living words, and they will be spirit and life to those who hear. Your obedience will be a testimony greater than your words, and your perseverance will be a sign that my grace sustains you. The works I will do through you will testify that you have been sent by me, and you will glorify my name in every place. It is written, "The Lord shall guide thee continually, and satisfy thy soul in drought, and make fat thy bones. And thou shalt be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water, whose waters fail not. You will go into cities and villages, and I will cause you to find those who are searching for truth. I will give you divine encounters that will turn the course of lives, and through your faithfulness entire households will be saved. Your prayers will break chains, your words will lift burdens, and your presence will bring peace where there has been unrest. You will not labor in vain, for I will bless the fruit of your work and cause it to multiply beyond your understanding. My Spirit will always direct you to the next assignment, and you will find joy in every step of the journey. I will give you courage to face the unknown and strength to endure every trial. It is written, "Blessed is that servant, whom his Lord when he cometh shall find so doing." You will live with an awareness that you represent the King of Glory, and your conduct will reflect my nature. I will keep your heart from pride and your mind from fear, and I will clothe you with humility and boldness together. You will learn to rejoice in persecution, for it will be a sign that you are walking in my footsteps. I will cause you to speak to rulers and the poor alike, without favoritism, showing that my love is for all. Your faithfulness in the small tasks will prepare you for the greater assignments I will give you. You will be an answer to the prayers of many who cry out for hope, and I will use you to remind them that I have heard and I have not forgotten. It is written, "Be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, forasmuch as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. I will watch over you in every place you go, and I will be your shield from the snares of the enemy. No scheme formed against you will succeed, and I will confound those who rise against you. Your authority comes from my name, and when you speak it, every power of darkness must bow. You will see my hand at work in signs and wonders that will confirm your message, and you will give all glory to me. You will be like a city on a hill that cannot be hidden, and your influence will extend far beyond what you can see. I have given you a message that is timeless, and I will keep it burning in your spirit until the day I call you home. My joy will be your strength, and my presence will be your peace. I will cause you to finish your race with joy, knowing that you have represented me well before the world. It is written, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." You have been lifted up and seated with me far above all principality, power, might, and dominion, and your position is secure in the heavenly places where I reign in glory. I have placed you in my kingdom not as a servant bound by fear, but as a co-heir with me, sharing in my authority and my victory. The dominion I won through my triumph over death has been entrusted to you, and you will reign with me in life, ruling over sin, fear, and every force that seeks to oppress you. I have clothed you with garments of salvation, and covered you with a robe of righteousness, and I have crowned you with loving kindness and tender mercies. It is written, Thou madest him to have dominion over the works of thy hands. Thou hast put all things under his feet. Every spiritual blessing in the heavenly realms is yours, for you are joined to me, and what belongs to me belongs to you. I have given you the keys of the kingdom so that whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. You are not beneath the weight of the enemy's schemes, for I have already crushed the serpent's head, and his power is broken over you. I have anointed you to reign, not by the strength of the flesh, but by the authority of my Spirit dwelling within you. The scepter of righteousness is the scepter of your kingdom, and your heart will delight in justice, mercy, and truth. It is written, The Lord shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. No opposition can dethrone you from the seat I have given you, for it is established by my own hand and upheld by my everlasting covenant. I have called you to reign in peace even in the midst of storms, to stand in confidence when the nations rage, and to walk in unshakable faith when the earth trembles. The light of my countenance will always be upon you, and from that place of glory you will speak words that bring life to the nations. You have been appointed to judge righteously and to execute my will on the earth through prayer, proclamation, and obedience. I have placed my name upon you, and in my name you will tread upon the lion and adder, and the young lion and the dragon shall you trample underfoot.